And like
And everyone's
everybody's trying not to die, bro. So good.
The other scene that's good is the one where he's it's from Anchorman.
Yeah,
and he's talking about the feel my leg. It feels like a big hard cock.
Yo.
And they all like burst out laughing.
Yo.
And then he basically goes on to say that like when he comes, it's like he feels like what the people of Pompeii felt like, where it was flowing ejaculate just.
Yo, it's so good.
That's so
That scene's gold. Go watch that.
Well, Mayo, seems like people are already excited to see you.
Oh, let's go,
welcome
Carl.
Welcome to the show, man.
Welcome, gang.
Welcome.
Hell yeah,
And welcome, Mayo. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, indeed.
We haven't had an
Thanks for
official
having
guest in a long time.
It's been 84 years. I always say 84. What did she say?
I think it's 84.
Fuck off. She's not alive that long.
I
is she?
believe you. I just believe you.
Yeah, you believe it.
That's factual.
In
now.
Titanic, is it 84 years? You know the
She
Neil
could
Armstrong?
be. She could. How old is her character in? How old's Rose on the Titanic?
Isn't
Bro,
she-
she looks
I
100
imagine-
at least. I don't know.
That's true.
I don't even think
Like,
she's 18.
No, sorry. At the time.
Five
At the
off,
time.
when the Titanic 100 years old. No, I don't
She
know.
looked good for 100.
Did she?
Is it more like
I'm just kidding,
64
no.
years? I think
Okay.
64 years is more realistic.
No, I'm pretty.
84 years?
What about 74 years?
That means if she was 16 at
She
the
could be-
time.
she could
No, she might be 100.
That would should be
Makes
100.
sense, actually.
Maybe
No,
she
I
was.
could work.
Maybe
I
she
don't
was
think-
74 years.
Maybe I think 60.
But it does sound like there's
Jamie, pull it up. We don't have our tech today.
Yeah,
This is
you
wild.
yelled at her right before the
I
show,
know.
so she's like,
She doesn't
yeah,
wanna be a
screw you
part of
guys.
Yeah, oops, that's my bad.
Fuck, man.
I'll discreetly look it up.
Yeah, can you? Thank you. Mail, tell
Very
people a little
important
bit
shit,
about
man.
yourself. What do you do? Who are you? Who's this guy?
Who invited you?
Yeah, why are you,
Who the fuck
why are
are
you
guys? I
here?
don't know, man. Well, I train with this guy. That's how I know you guys, pretty much, right?
That's right, and then we went camping
And we
together,
went camping
portaging.
together, portaging. Almost like I was pretty concerned with my life. You know.
I think
like,
a lot of us
I
were.
think all, yeah.
There was a
Towards
guest.
Yeah, we had a...
we had a
I
particular
probably
guest.
shouldn't name any names because we might get like
No,
a
he
hit
will
on
find us. Oh, he will find us.
He'll make a telescope out of sticks.
Yo,
And
legitimately, I was
Locair-
actually concerned for Arham though. I was like, bro, like they're taking a while.
We left him, man. We left
Yeah, we
Arham to
packed-
die
I
out
I
there.
think it's because we were equally as scared as he was.
It had to be someone.
It's him or us.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
had
I'm
to
sorry.
be
It
someone.
had to be.
No, that's
No offense, and we're sorry that
Apologies
happened
now,
that way.
Apologies now. Yeah, get it out of the way.
Hopefully it doesn't happen again. But
it's not real wood. You're screwed.
You
this is
can-
actually
So wait, what is this then?
Now, you want real wood?
no. I don't do,
Do it,
small
bro.
fragile
OnlyFans.
pines.
Yeah.
She's portrayed to be 100 years old, and
Oh,
she was
shit.
17 at the time.
So it was-
so it was 84 years.
Holy shit.
Holy
That's
shit.
still within Leo's like range though. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Yeah. That's
Maybe that's
He
why
scouts it.
he cuts them off. What is it, 25? He cuts them
25,
off?
25
Maybe that's
cuts them
why.
off.
his lead role. He's like, it's gonna be my role for life. Like I gotta carry on this mentality for the
Yeah,
rest
yeah,
of my
yeah.
life.
That's where it all started from.
He's a
It's
method
Titanic.
actor, yeah.
It's James Cameron's fault, really. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
all these
Should
people
start a
that pitch-
petition.
Cancel.
Yeah.
Not Leo, but
James Cameron.
No, he makes great movies. And just allow him. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. Avatar 2 was pretty like. Did
You see it?
Watch that?
No,
I haven't
seen
watched
it
Haven't
yet.
seen it yet.
I heard it's like the same as kind of the first one.
It's like it's different in it. Well, obviously because of the water and whatnot, but like it's just wild how like the CGI is with the water nowadays. It's
So wait, the
actually-
whole
it's
movie takes place underwater?
Pretty much, yeah.
So
Sick.
it's
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
focused on the water people now,
On the water
like
people.
the Aquaman,
Pretty much.
the Aquaman of the Avatar universe.
Of the
But are they water people or are they
They're
the same
like
people?
they evolve differently.
Are they
from,
even
like,
people?
Whoa.
Are they technically even people?
What do you call them then?
Humanoids? They're
Are
Not
they
people,
aliens?
Is people just like not just the collective term of a
Are
group of
they-
because you
sentient
don't-
beings? I call a group of pigeons people.
are they?
What's
them?
up, my people?
yeah, do they,
There's a
are
lot
they
of people on the
gender
road.
non-binary?
Yeah.
You don't know that.
Yeah. Are they them?
Yeah.
That's a great. I mean, I know
Or do
we're
we have
going
to
there.
let
Is that the
them
transition?
tell
Are we
us?
jumping into this already?
Trans.
I guess we're jumping in because I know Mayo as a trans athlete.
Yes.
Do you want to?
I signed up for the female division
He's like-
for the Open Ontario. Yeah.
Huh?
Will you guys support me? In
Bro,
my,
would you?
my
Do they even
journey?
ask?
Would you
though?
Here's
How
the
much
thing.
am I gonna pay you to do it?
No, here's the question too. How
I
do
don't
they
know,
confirm-
man. Like, I would have to go under like an alias. I would have to wear a disguise.
What
like,
if you
I
didn't
would
win
not.
gold?
Would
That would be fried.
Would
bro.
the female
there's no
version-
chance. Are you kidding me?
I'm just
bro?
saying,
In my
what
weight
if
class? Are you
Gabby
crazy?
Garcia decides to join that purple belt?
would the
Bro.
female version be mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise? I don't know.
Mayonnaise. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oh gosh.
But
No,
what,
would
do you think the procedure is? You sign up for as a female. Do they like? What do they do? Like, how do they be like?
Honestly,
You don't look like a
OJ,
female,
I think
and I'd be
OJ
like-
is a
I don't
joke,
think
and
it-
not
they
a joke,
would
but like
allow-
they're
you think they
lenient.
would allow
I think
it?
they'd allow it. You
They
don't
would
think they'd
allow
allow
it?
it?
I don't think they would allow
I
it.
think there is some sort of
I think
rule.
martial arts is. Well, I guess they allow it in MMA.
Yeah,
That's
I think
true.
they'd let it happen.
That's true.
You don't think it would
Fuck,
be
we
like?
should test it out, bro.
Don't say we. You test it out.
I feel that's borderline racist just because like I'm an Asian descent. Like you're more likely. To
They
be
can see
tan
my
or some
facial
shit.
hair.
Like,
You have a
is
better
it-
chance. You have a better chance. Like clean
That's
shave.
true. That's
Clean shave, you look pretty cute. So
Yeah.
me clean shave, they just think
I
it's
see
a
what you're
turtle.
doing here. You're complimenting me and like making me feel good. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
He's
So
Like,
gonna,
that's how it is.
he's gonna gaslight you. He's gonna gaslight you.
It's
gaslighting
for
me.
So I
and
get you
then
to take your
Don't
panties
you
off.
support
Yeah.
them? Like, do it for the movement, man.
Yeah. So
No,
what
that-
do you think of trans athletes?
What do I think of it? I don't
Yeah.
think it should be allowed.
You don't think it should be allowed?
No,
Why
I
not?
mean,
Wait, the
if you're gonna
trans?
do like a whole league about it, like if anything, create your own league. You know what I mean? For
With, like,
just
6
trans
players?
athletes. Sure. You know what I mean?
That's brutal.
But like, there's clearly an advantage for those
Men
trans
going
athletes.
female.
100%.
But what about female going men?
if you
are
could
they
do that?
technically
You
at a
know
dis-
what, man? I would give more respect to that than the other way around.
But then would you be
For a
is
female
that
to
viewed
compete,
as
like-
sexist?
But yeah,
Let's say like a
that would
round
be-
round
That would be the
arousing.
sexist
That'd be
of the-
controversial. That's
of
a
the
whole
two.
That's a double
controversy.
standard, but yo,
Yeah.
life is full of double standards. I like.
Yeah, that's true. There you go.
Some-
That's the argument.
But then,
Actually,
Life
you
sucks,
know
right?
what's
Life
crazy?
has its life.
You know what's crazy? You don't actually even have to be a trans woman to do that now. You just have to be like above, like you just have to be really fucking good.
What?
Like
What?
for a woman to compete in the men's sports,
Oh yeah, you just need to
you
be-
just have to be really good. But you don't have to be trans.
even like you need to be really good for women. Like aren't there like women?
I'm sorry, I thought you were
Oh.
I'm
laughing.
gonna myself canceled, dude.
I thought you were laughing.
Like
No,
women, didn't they have like,
Okay.
a female kicker in the NFL?
I don't know about that.
I swear
But
they
there have been,
and
like-
they fucking like just fucking tanked hard. I
And they
swear. that
murked her, right? Like
Yeah,
they tackled the
absolutely.
shit out of
Yeah,
her.
they like yeah.
Yo,
she, like,
I'm actually down
maybe
to
didn't
look
even
that
score a
up. I
field
haven't
goal.
seen that.
Jamie.
Yeah,
look
no,
it up.
right?
but I think they should allow it and just let it happen. Just
But okay, like, look, this might be one of those things that I just repeat that is actually complete bullshit. But I'm pretty sure that Serena Williams or Venus Williams like faced a non-ranked or like
Yep.
they're 100th place or something like that, and they got completely destroyed.
Yeah, if they were in the men's league, they would rank like maybe top
What-
150.
yeah,
Was
And
there
she's
like
like, and you could make an argument that she's like one of the best athletes
She's
ever.
She's
go.
go.
Ever.
She's
She's
like
a
goat.
goat
She's like
tennis.
Michael
Goat
Jordan.
tennis.
Not even tennis.
Wait,
I think
which
in
one?
general,
Serena,
people
right?
have made an
Serena-
argument.
Yeah,
that
Serena
that's-
Serena Williams.
Female athlete?
I
There's just
think
athletes.
just athletes.
So
What?
did you know that Serena
Oh, as far as
Williams
the
is
competitions.
married to the
Yeah.
owner of Reddit?
Yeah.
The CEO of
Yeah,
Reddit.
yeah.
Serena Williams.
Oh.
Is married to the CEO of Reddit. It is.
That's an interesting picture
hilarious
when they're
combo.
bathing.
Yeah. Yes.
They're bathing. You see, you
I saw the
picture,
same
you're like,
post. That's
bro,
I found out
he's
the same way as you.
pasty, Elon Musk pasty, but like muffin topping, like yeah. And then you see like Serena just built like a
Jacked.
unit, bro.
Yeah.
And it's just like the contrast is like, hey,
Let's
that's
get real.
interesting.
You'd want to see what's going on in bed. Like, is she just fucking manhandling
If she
him?
just cut, like, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
like bootstrapping it.
Oh,
Or
100%. She's picking him up. Like, you know what I mean? Like deadlifting.
She does.
She's deadlifting him up.
Have you
into her.
have you ever been on Reddit? Like that's exactly what he's like. This is my people.
yeah, probably.
Um,
Okay, so I made a joke in our group chat that I think trans athletes should compete in the Special Olympics. But we were talking about it in the last episode, and I'm starting to feel like this is a legit conversation.
Special Olympics.
Special Olympics.
That
because,
would probably make sense, honestly. That makes more sense than like what they're doing.
yeah,
right now,
right? Because they obviously don't care about the competition, so
Exactly.
just go school some people. It's just
But-
like, who cares, right?
That's a hot take. And again,
They don't care.
the whole thing is like, could you say the trans thing is a mental illness?
Sure,
Make that argument.
Yeah,
100%.
no, for sure. How like you think they feel good about winning those medals?
Of
though?
course.
That's
100%.
fucked.
They're
What was the
elated.
one, the
They are
university
elated.
one, where it was like that?
The
it was-
swimmer.
the swimmer.
Yeah.
Can you? How does it feel to be the chick that's like off the podium? Like if. you
Yeah,
know what I
'cause
mean?
you're
Like,
now- you're bumped one. And it's like not even
And
like
in
this-
this effort to be inclusive, now you're actually taking space away from actual biological females.
Well, yeah,
That's
you're
fucked
taking
up.
away
Yeah.
opportunities, especially in like the
Kinda weird. It
university
gets a little
level,
weird.
high school,
Yeah,
university.
yeah,
Like you're
yeah.
getting scholarships.
So-
Exactly. Yeah.
do you
there's
think
actual-
that we would reach a point with the way that it's kind of going that you just have one open all genders, like and we
Like
won't
the-
even
like-
segregate
like
anymore
what
by
If that was the
gender?
case,
Best
like
of the
guys
best.
would like in athletic feats, guys would like just destroy.
But then
the
isn't that
competition.
what
If you're
everyone
talking
wants
about
to
chess,
see?
like maybe, right?
I still think that the best chess player is
Okay, but
also
name
male?
it. Okay,
Magnus?
realistically speaking, name an athletic name a sport where it's like physical that like where you can actually
about-
see a female.
what about
beating
badminton?
A male.
Is dishwashing? No, there's got.
What about badminton?
Archery.
Archer,
badminton?
that's true. Archery.
Archery.
Why couldn't it's not like how much harder can someone hit it that it's gonna go
That's
that
a
much
good- that's a
further?
good
I'll
point.
fucking spike that shit right through her
So maybe it's
skull.
only those
right
sports.
through her fucking skull.
Maybe it's only those sports that they're allowed to actually try
Like where it's not like competitive as
Like your strength
Yeah.
doesn't give you much of an advantage,
right. Yeah.
or
Like being strong in archery really isn't doing anything.
like powerlifting. Come on.
yeah.
Like if you're like I don't know. That's a kind of a touchy subject.
Yeah. What
right?
about the
Like,
people who do like if they were allowed to do steroids? Would it just be like Carl said, the best of the best? People could do steroids. People could do whatever the fuck they
you're-
wanted.
like,
And
Women would still get funneled out because if all the men are on steroids, they're gonna be just that much better than the women on steroids.
yeah, that's true.
What I am down for though is letting guys in men's sports just let them take steroids.
Yes.
I
Especially
want
a sport like
the
baseball.
most roided up guy against the most roided
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
guy.
Let's see what happens.
I want to
Let's see what
see.
happens.
I want to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
the apex of our planet.
Yeah,
I want to
exactly.
see it
Let's see
go
what the best of
to
our planet can do.
maximum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
how
That's some
much can we
predator
really
shit.
bench? How high can we really
And
jump?
there's everyone have.
Dude, I'd be intrigued with you would get viewership for that.
100%.
What sport?
Why don't
What
they do
sport
that?
do you think would take off the most if that were to happen? What sport do you think is going to go that direction?
Well, MMA has already done that. Been there, done
Yeah,
that.
pride. Yeah, fuck.
Like,
Wild times.
that's a good question, man. Like,
Yo,
I feel like
hockey?
all sports already have it.
Do you think
already.
hockey would be
No, I don't
nuts?
think
Do you know how
hockey.
sick bowling would
Just
be?
whip it.
No,
Just
it doesn't-
fucking shattering.
Wait, no.
They
No,
don't
it's
even touch the
It doesn't
alley.
even touch it.
just-
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And there's actually a second set of pins behind the
It's
first.
stupid, yeah. And it's like a football length
No,
away.
they don't do underhanded anymore. They just whip it.
They're shot
They
blades
just
down.
shot
Yeah.
it.
Yo.
Oh, shit. Yeah, bowling. That's a
wasn't-
good
or-
one actually.
and then
Badminton. They say they just they hit the
Yeah.
the shuttlecock goes through the fucking net. Like
I think tennis in general too. Like anything, or like ping pong. Have you ever seen a professional ping pong?
ping pong, bro. That's a
Do
rabbit
they
hole
test
on
in
YouTube.
baseball?
Yeah, they do.
yeah.
I was gonna say like a gnarly pitcher on roids would probably be something.
I don't know though. I don't think the roids gives you that much more throwing power than
I think it gives you
No?
more focus.
maybe slugging. Like
That's
hitting,
interesting, right?
sure,
Like,
sure.
Yeah.
I,
True.
I don't feel like they would ever pitch any more faster than they're already pitching today.
Yeah, like right now, I
Right.
think is the peak.
Like
of,
You
100.
think they're-
I don't
they're
think
never-
they won't like
They won't
go
be like
above
105,
110, for example.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
see
good
it
point.
going
You'll have
above
like the one
110.
freak of nature, but like
But I mean, like, do you think they said that like I don't know what, like 30 years ago when people are pitching like fucking 85?
People were on steroids. There were pitchers on steroids back then. I think.
Man,
Coke.
baseball
Same as there
was
were people-
wild, like
yeah.
professional sports in general were wild back
Barry
in like the
Bonds
70s
and all of
80s and
them.
shit.
Mm.
They would just be
There
on
was no
fucking cocaine.
regulation.
I'm pretty sure there was a clip of a guy like that had a cocaine pouch like while he was on the mound and shit.
No. Really?
I don't know. I think it's one of those things I'm making
yeah,
up again.
yeah, no, I remember
was
this.
kinda sold.
I saw.
You know
I
what I'm
saw,
talking
I
about,
saw,
right?
I saw the GIF.
Yeah.
We seem to have the same sources of everything. Is it Reddit?
Fucking Reddit,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
right.
But to your point, like, if it ever got to the point where it's like Shaolin soccer because everyone's just roided out, that would be
Bro.
sick. That would be sick.
Roids don't give you like magical powers.
I don't know. It depends how much you
No,
take.
what
Okay,
if
depends how
they
much you take.
kick the ball that hard that we get to a point where steroids generation over generation,
They
where they
kick
can
it
kick
so
it,
hard it kills somebody.
and when
Tears their clothes
yeah,
off.
when it
Yeah.
Some
When
One
it's-
Punch Man shit.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
when it's going through the ground, it's like the ground's like rippling
Yeah.
around.
Setting fire to the ground.
But the
You
goalie
can see the shockwave.
Yeah, and the goalie
There's
can
a path
catch-
on the grass.
They are also
Also
steroids.
roided out.
Yeah, like
I think I can actually do that right now. I have the power.
what,
We're gonna
to kick it or
Let me finish my French vanilla, and I can do that right now in the park.
We're taking
Right.
a trip, boys. Yeah. Fuck, that reminded me of something. Now I can't. Now I totally forgot about
What
it.
other sports though? Like we have badminton. We have.
I mean,
tennis.
running would also be crazy to see everyone like just like.
You don't think Usain Bolt went on a little bit of like?
He said chicken. He said his thing is chicken McNuggets. That's what he
Yeah,
said.
yeah, he
On
did.
Well,
Instagram.
yo, they pump those McNuggets with fucking steroids, 100%.
There you go. Boom.
That's
He-
probably
he found
how
the
they get
loophole.
That's legit.
Have you seen chickens like that are made for mass consumption like that?
They're-
It's kind of fried, man. Like,
No,
Oh,
like,
I mean,
they're fried
for
chicken.
chi-
I hope
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, this might be one of those other things that I'm making up again, but apparently KFC came up with like they genetically modified chickens to the point where they don't have as many feathers.
Yeah, they're
beaks-
deformed.
Yeah, they're kind of deformed to the point where like
Yeah.
it's less
Their breasts
processing
are
afterward. Yeah, the
huge,
breasts
yeah.
are huge. I'm still down for
sick.
some
You do that
fucking-
too.
Sounds
we,
hot.
we can do that.
yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I don't know how I feel about all those kind of those things. Because I feel bad, but I want chicken.
good.
Yeah, no, factory farming and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, I don't
a
think
guilty
anybody has a
pleasure.
luxury of being able to hunt for the food and shit. You know what I mean? Like, there is that reality. Like,
I don't even think the world could support it.
Didn't the FDA just
I'd
approve
die.
lab-grown chicken or something like that?
What?
I think
FDA?
beef. I think I heard
Was it
beef.
beef?
At least.
Was it beef?
Yeah,
It was
yeah, at
some
least.
synthetic meat, and they were like, yeah.
I'd rather.
Was it good?
honestly, okay, would you rather that
What about the
or
mammoth?
insects?
I think insects.
Insects.
You would rather
Insects.
insects?
For the high amount of protein they have, like the benefits of
they're
eating
hot.
insects is like nuts.
Okay, have you guys eaten bugs before? I've never
Yes.
eaten bugs
No.
before.
Yes.
Never.
Yes.
Like
Yo,
some
have you
cockroaches
eaten
and shit.
balut?
Balut? Yeah, that's fire.
I've
man.
You fuck
I
off, seriously?
fucking love balut, bro.
People say it's good.
No.
Bro, with some little bit of salt and pepper and a little Tabasco.
Stop it.
Okay, the soup itself, the amniotic sac.
So they put it in a
becomes-
soup.
So what
okay, sorry.
happens is-
Explain to the people.
Okay, so
'cause I don't know
balut
what it
is a Filipino delicacy, and basically, say you get a duck embryo that's still in the egg, or a chicken. You could do it with chicken too, right? But duck is kind of like the main one, and so you boil it to the point where you're cooking the actual like baby duck inside the egg.
Yep.
You crack it open, and all the amniotic like fluid and whatnot that was in the egg becomes this delicious soup.
I don't know if I
where
could
you
eat it.
become-
I think I'd puke.
It's so.
What's the
and then-
texture like?
Yeah.
So the texture is kind of like jelly, honestly, but you feel you taste you
Is it a
can
little
kind of
like
feel a
cartilage?
little bit of cartilage.
Ah.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
does
yeah.
it taste like chicken?
Dude.
No, it tastes more like chicken broth, honestly. So yeah, it does taste like chicken, 100%.
I would try it.
You're not soft,
It's good.
man.
It's good.
I would
It's
try
really
it.
good.
I would
And
try
I feel like I only like it because like I grew up on I was
Yeah.
born in the Philippines, so like I
Oh,
grew
okay.
up.
I
on
was gonna
shit.
ask.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So how old were you when you moved to
I was
Canada?
5.
Oh shit, my dad did
5.
too. Are you my dad? Okay, 5. Yeah.
So obviously you were born here then, right? And your dad's Filipino,
Yeah, he's
and your mom is Puti.
like white.
Puti. Damn, bro. Yo, good for him, bro.
Yeah.
Riz
You
King,
people like
let's
usually it's
go.
the other way around.
It usually is the other way around, bro. Yo, look at that. The conquered gets fucking conquered.
So sorry.
All your ancestors are like, yes, my boy.
So you put it in a soup? You're saying?
So was that?
You do a soup? You put it in a soup?
No. So okay. So this is the process, right? Let's pretend this is the fucking egg, right?
Okay.
Oh shit! I spilled that shit. So you crack it open.
Okay.
You kind of chip away at it,
Fuck off. You take
so
away
that
a
there's a little
shot?
hole. There's a little hole, and you basically take a shot for the soup. And then once you get all the soup out, you crack it up over it, and then you see a little like fucking beak, and you see a little like actually not little big ass fucking eyes like relative to the beak because there's a little fucking baby, right? So you kind of have to like look away, but you're looking down, you see little feathers and shit. And then
Fuck
once you
off.
have enough of the egg that's the shell that's off, you just eat that shit. It's so good, man.
How much?
I
Would you,
think you didn't sell me. You didn't sell me.
how much would you have to be paid to try it?
Honestly, probably not that much. Like,
Honestly, you just need a couple drinks.
yeah. Honestly,
like,
you got me lit enough. I'll probably do it.
Like-
for free.
I'll bring some to training one day.
Please don't. don't
you
test
can
me
get
on
them-
this.
It's not like an obscene
get 'em
like
from-
smell or anything like
Do you
that.
get them from like
No?
Seafood City?
Yeah, dude, you can go.
Seafood City.
Yeah, Seafood City. in
That
the
place is
ocean.
hype. That place is hype.
Bro, there's a lot of titos and titos that chill there, bro. Like, honestly,
like
I don't think
as a
they're actually
hangout spot?
shopping. They're just there.
They're just hanging
They're
out?
just hanging out.
My grandpa used to go. Just,
It's like
just go.
exactly just to go. It's like the Lolas that you see at the Burger King Square One.
No, I don't know what that's
You
like.
know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about,
So funny.
bro. So you know how the food court is like the main food court in Square One,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Back in the day, there used to be a Burger King.
Oh,
that
yes.
was in the back.
I
You know what I'm
remember.
talking
Yes,
about, right?
Yes, I do.
Yo, like without fail, whenever you pass by there's always a table or two of grandfathers, of Lolos, that are just there having a coffee, hanging out, like every single day,
Burger
without
King.
a fail.
Why Burger King?
I don't know. I think it was just like because maybe they had tables. I guess the whole fucking food court had tables. I have no idea.
Yeah, but
But that was just reliable. It was just a thing.
It wasn't half as busy as it was now.
No,
So-
I was just there like last week and it
I
was
haven't
like
been to-
Boxing Day busy.
I haven't been to a mall in like probably 3 years.
I went with Emma like a couple of weeks ago and I almost threw up. Just when I was like,
It's crazy,
the
eh?
fuck am I
Social,
doing, man?
social.
This is so-
I'm like, how
yeah.
did I used to just do this?
yeah. I'm like clutching my pockets and shit. Just like, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, that's wild.
No, but I
A bunch
did
of
check
people I
out
walk
that
by, I'm like,
new
oh shit,
like.
that's Lee, but it's not. It's obviously not.
There's this new section in Square One though. It's like
the
some
rich-
food
the
or
rich
whatever.
area?
Oh,
the food district.
The food district.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Yes.
I checked that out for the
Wait,
first time. It was
what?
actually pretty legit.
Every time I go, I get a beef patty.
The food
Yeah,
district's
there's a
pretty
good,
good.
yeah,
Without
yeah,
fail,
yeah,
without
yeah,
fail.
no,
Wait, what
spot.
is the food district?
So it was the Zellers. The Zellers is now like a food market. There's a whole bunch of stands. Whole
But
bunch
apparently
of
we're getting sellers
food
back.
restaurants.
Apparently,
Apparently it's a section of
I
the
want
bay.
Byway back. What are you doing
Yo,
about that?
Byway
bro?
was
Byway
slightly
was the
before my time. I don't
shit,
really
bro.
remember.
I remember as a like I was a little.
Byway was like,
one.
yeah, it's like
You
a,
were no.
it was like another. It's
Don't
like
waste
a
your time on it.
Byway
Department
was
store, right?
like
Don't
like,
explain it. That's not what that.
if Zeller's was Gap, Byway would have been like Old Navy.
That's legit.
I'm
That's,
more,
Yeah.
I'm more
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe a
more
couple
confused.
steps lower.
A couple
but-
steps, yeah, you're right.
but-
A couple steps lower.
Okay, I
yeah.
feel you. I feel you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Kind of competition.
Is it like Giant
Yeah.
Tiger?
There you go.
Kind of, yes, but smaller, even smaller than that.
Yeah. They were legit.
Yeah, there was
Oh,
one.
Carl said the Walmart McDonald's at Square One is now where all the Lolos and Lolos are.
This guy knows. He's not wrong.
Why
Yeah,
is he-
Walmart's where it's at.
Yeah, but he has no business knowing that. Like it's like as like the old.
He
white-
goes there and
the
tries to
old
sit
white
with them, and
guy.
they're like, "Who the fuck is this?"
That's what I'm saying. Like he's not welcome.
Putang
to
ina.
know. Yeah.
He's had Bullet before, actually.
Carl, you've had Bullet. That's
I'm not surprised.
I'm a little
Are
surprised.
you a little surprised?
Just like, not like whoa. But like, yeah, okay, but talking about athletes and watching sports on steroids, I would also watch a league where they just legalized every just like drug.
Anything.
Like
Yeah.
imagine a soccer game where everyone's tripping on like LSD or like shrooms and shit. That would be fucking fun.
Wait,
They'd be
let's-
playing a play and the ball would be in the corner.
So
Have you seen that in
wait, no,
VR?
Gnarly.
Have you seen where soccer players play overhead VR?
No.
And so they're like playing an overhead version of themselves, so they can only see the overhead view, and they're trying to run towards the ball and kick it and shit.
That's
So
Wait,
funny.
what?
Yeah.
That's wild. That's.
Sorry, go ahead.
So instead of where anyone could take anything, is it more everyone had to take the same?
The
They
thing?
same
have,
thing.
yeah,
They have
yeah,
to.
it's more like
They have to
to.
trip. Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
pull it, they pick it out of a hat an hour before the game.
It's like a mystery bag. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Heroin today. Fuck. No game. Game's canceled.
laid out like
Game's canceled.
He's the goalie.
Yeah,
Or
the
the
guys
refs-
like going around in
The
circles.
refs still have to ref. And like serious refing too. So they're like running around and like.
But the refs are
and
sober?
it's all serious.
The refs
and
are
shit.
sober, yeah. Refs are sober. Like,
No,
it's
they're
legit.
how about
calling
they're
fouls and
drunk?
shit.
How about they're drunk?
No, the refs
So
are
when
the
they
ones
have
that are getting the high, keep it going. You know what I mean? They're the
Yeah,
ones that
yeah.
are still handing out drugs. And
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, instead of a
You're
red
so
card,
fucked up.
in soccer, instead of a red card or a yellow card for doing like a foul, you get like another drug you have to
Dime
take.
bag.
You're not fucked up enough here.
No.
This is the new Squid
Red
Game?
card is like what, meth? Like what would be the most intense like drug that you have to take? Like DMT or some shit?
Yo, fuck yeah, that guy's just out of it for like half an hour.
Yo, what was that shit that you could get at the Hasty Market back in the day? What was that shit?
Salvia?
called again? Salvia,
Salvia,
bro.
yeah.
How'd they miss that? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Salvia
Thing.
is the DMT of weed, essentially. If that makes good sense.
I don't think it does, but
Yeah.
but I'm with
We'll
you.
roll with it. Yeah, no, I
Like
kind
Salvia
of visualize
is
it.
like the weaker version of DMT. It's the weed
Ah.
byproduct version of
Oh,
DMT,
I see what you're saying.
grown from a plant.
Oh,
What did you say? You said you don't believe it?
yeah, I said I don't think it does make good sense, but now he sold it. He
Makes
What would, be
good
the,
sense, yeah.
what would be the red card? Like if you had to get like penalized.
I think
what would
meth
the
is
most-
up there. I think
meth
meth
is
is pretty fucked up.
that's up there.
Or do they do the same drug just through your butthole instead?
acid tap up the ass. Like, Well,
Here's
yeah,
the thing
yeah,
is,
well-
I think some countries would do it.
Yeah, someone.
Netherlands, probably.
I want
Some
to.
countries probably doing it right
I
now.
watched an anime that was based on this.
No,
an
I
anime
want
series.
real life. I want to see some people
I
throw
want
their
real
lives
live
away.
action.
Where do you
That's
think?
what-
Where do you think? Where do you think
Roll
could
the
do it?
Ooh,
Where do you think this could happen?
Like fucking, I don't know, like Brazil?
It probably has happened in Brazil
Probably.
already.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Argentina?
Even if it wasn't like an official game, like even if it was a bunch
No.
of people, I'd be like, yo, I'd
People
watch
just-
a
I'll
bunch
watch.
of people do this.
I'd watch, 100%.
That or like in beach volleyball, but same rules. I'm just trying to get over the net and then just like jump into the net.
But
and
instead
shit.
of like the lines, it's actually walls, so they can't go out.
That's yo.
and then it keeps closing.
Fucking Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo,
There's a
that
whole bunch of
volleyball,
trash and
volleyball
shit.
like that would actually be pretty cool.
Walls instead.
So yeah, so you could spike it off the walls, and you just have to keep it.
Ooh,
So it's like
like
squash. It's like
Yo,
squash
squash.
volleyball.
Squash volleyball.
People are gonna leave with black eyes at every game.
Black guys,
Squally ball.
black guys.
Diversity.
Black guys.
Diversity.
Hey, you like what you like, right? Don't judge.
Don't shame him.
Yeah, if
bro.
you need more ginger ale, Lucas will grab one. Appreciate that. You want to grab one?
Oh, yeah, is that so?
Yeah, get it. I'm sure we're going to touch on a lot of old topics just because we got Mayo here and we got a new perspective. Yeah, Lucas is an old topic.
Do we have ginger ale?
Is there no more in there?
Oh, why did you guys talk this trans thing like to death? Or
No,
something,
no.
or-
We talked
not
last
to
week.
Death, but we talked about it a little bit. But there's some other topics that I definitely want to. Yeah, you're here. Like,
Yo, shout out Top G. You man's
Do you want
freaking
this?
jail today.
Yo, yeah. Let's talk
Excuse
about
me?
that.
Who?
Does that work?
Andrew Tate got
Andrew
released,
Tate
and
got
now he's
released
just on
today.
house
There's
arrest.
tonic as well.
Was that?
There's tonic as well.
Tonic and
Oh, yeah.
tequila is probably garbage.
Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to
Honestly,
get
bubbly and tequila is probably garbage. too. Yeah.
Oh, he's on house
Andrew
arrest?
Tate is on house
So
arrest.
apparently, okay. Like I think basically like the it was Dubai or Saudi Arabia or something like that. They,
Roma-
they,
I thought
they
it was Romania.
invited the president of Romania to come by, like this past week, and then this Friday is when he got released. So I'm wondering that the president probably got lying.
Yeah.
Take it off a little bit, you know what I mean?
You think they value Andrew Tate that much?
I think so. I mean, like, you know, he became Muslim and stuff like that, and he was like promoting a lot of like,
Yeah?
you know, being like Islamic
Just
and
them
shit.
looking out for one of their own?
I think so.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
That's an interesting
I wonder,
take.
like, somebody probably like brought it up to like the sheik, was like, bro, like, yo, help my guy out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I mean, he's got a lot of money too, so.
Hey,
I
but
mean,
he
not
probably
like
also.
that kind of
What if
money.
he brings in income from him as well on the side? What if he has been already giving him
You think?
generating some income? Maybe. Who
Maybe
knows?
not. I don't know.
Maybe
I
through
feel
like
like they're
side
already
thing.
just so filthy rich
I
that
feel
whatever
like,
Andrew
yeah, I
Tate's
don't think,
making for him is
yeah,
like,
exactly.
oh, I lost out on $2.
I want to circle back quickly. The Sheik, sorry. Who is that person in relation to?
They turned to Zelda.
No. That's what I was gonna ask because I've never heard of
You never
Sheiks outside of.
I don't know their official, like, where they rank.
They're a
It's
government
a
figure.
massive royal family.
Yeah.
And
like
there's
it's-
princes, and there's like
Like,
sheik.
is the
like,
Sheik the king?
I think the sheik's the king, basically.
Yeah.
And
He's like
MBS,
the ruler.
MBS is the guy that's running it right now. There's a bunch of guys that like have a claim to the throne or whatever. There's people that are in line and whatnot because the family's like massive. Like, you know, they have like
Hierarchy and
like
stuff.
10, 15 kids sometimes, right?
Oh shit. Interesting. So
And they all
Sheiks
kind of
are,
like take a cut of like the oil money.
They're in a massive pyramid scheme right off of birth. Right off
Just
of
because
birth.
they're
Yeah.
Arabs?
Okay, what do you think about the pyramids?
Is that?
Is it, you're talking about pyramids? Are you saying all Arabs are from Egypt?
I didn't.
You're fucked, bro.
I didn't even think that way, but now that you've said it, you've convinced me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What were you saying?
Was that?
What were you saying? You guys-
Fucking pyramids, bro. I like. I don't know. I was watching that podcast with Andrew Schultz, and he has some like pyramid, like I don't know, some guy that like goes into pyramids and some shit or something like that.
No, I didn't see that one.
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
fuck with Schultz. He's funny as fuck.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
funny. But
didn't see that
I don't know. Like, what do you guys take on the pyramid? Aliens? Are we talking about aliens?
I think they're big. I think they're real. I think they're really big. I think
How
they're
about that
really
weather, eh? Snowed today.
big. We have 4 seasons. Do you guys like winter?
You know, it's such a specific shape though to make.
Yes. It
Like,
is
why
quite wild.
that?
Cause it's sick.
Why not a square?
That's dumb.
A square would be
Why not
way.
so-
How you
here.
get? No, it would be way harder. Cause how you get up there?
Yo,
You can't.
you-
So,
no, no,
so
you
the
build it from
pyramid.
the top down.
Oh. How stupid. That's so stupid. Or it only goes as high as you can throw the rock. It's like, we're done. It's 8 feet tall.
You think they can throw a rock 8 feet high? Yeah, that's pretty high.
You can't throw a rock 8 feet high?
The ones that
Oh,
size.
yeah. No, yeah.
They're like
Not
tons.
those.
I can't grab. I grab a pebble. I'm like, I can't do
There's
that.
another drill
The
behind
pebbles
Oh, thank you.
too heavy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I could probably reach 8 feet high. Like, what the hell?
Is it not because like they didn't have porn back in the day, so they wanted some nipples on Earth, so they're just like 1, 2.
Yeah.
So they're
And
always
they
in
couldn't do
pairs.
circles is way too hard.
Yeah.
Why they make 3 though?
Areolas.
What
Like,
do you mean?
too
Why
much
they
of a
make
commitment,
3?
you know what I mean?
Because the alien could. You never.
It's an alien.
You ever
too.
listen to Kanye West's song?
The aliens built the 3 pyramids and they're sat in the distance, just it's so fucking hot.
It's so beautiful.
Go us.
Go us!
And then,
Oh, that's great.
and then the
Can you make a
tombs-
shirt that has that with aliens
Jerking off
jerking off?
to the
Saying, go us.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it. That's a good one. I like it. Oh man. Yo, so this was a hot topic at work.
Like this specific one, the pyramid.
No.
Pyramids,
I think
nipples.
jerking off.
No, it was the jerking off that kind of took me. That reminded me of it.
It took me by surprise again.
Okay, so here's the thing. Mayo, we'll get your opinion first. Your girl, like, is really, really keen on pegging somebody. Are you cool with letting her do it to another man?
If she had to.
Like she
She
babe,
had
please,
to.
babe, please. Like I want to peg somebody.
I feel like it would be acceptable if it was a gay guy. It wouldn't be me. That's what.
What if it was a straight guy? But that guy just.
If
loves
you're
getting pegged too.
saying, would you rather this or that? Yeah.
Let it
Why
happen,
not?
right?
Let it happen. Why not? It's
Yeah,
not me.
I don't.
It wouldn't be me.
What, are you upset about that?
I think that's a good answer.
You're the guy, aren't you?
I love it know when she's available.
This guy's Craigslist post.
Leo's actually asking for me. I was too embarrassed to ask you directly.
No, because like I brought that up at work and I was like, sure, maybe it counts as cheating, but like I wouldn't give a fuck. Cause
I'm
like
picturing them like talking about this over lunch and shit.
Oh, yeah.
He's like eating.
Guys eating like,
guys,
like a cucumber.
no, legit. Who's doing that?
just brings a whole thing to work.
Eating like fucking corn on the cob,
Like
too,
a carrot.
biting it sideways.
Brings out a fucking tomato. Eats it like an apple.
No. Funny
The
enough,
tomato's so juicy to me.
so, no.
Yeah,
My cousin,
that's all you hear.
Salt,
my
little
cousin
salt
has
packets, pepper
a
packets.
tomato patch at his house, and one of his buddy's kids came over, and these kids are probably like 7 or 9 years old. One of them was like a green ass tomato. This guy grabbed it off the fucking
No.
and he like loved it. I was like, that is one of the craziest things I've ever
You're
seen.
fucking psycho.
I was like, bro's eating like an apple, and it's not even ripe. I was like, that's crazy.
Oh, that's wild.
I can't imagine what it tastes like. Does it taste like the worst part of a watermelon? It's just like that, like I'm devoid of almost flavor.
All the white shit.
Maybe, yeah.
It's like coconut water of fruit. I guess coconut is a fruit. I was gonna say veggies, but then I realized tomato is a fruit.
Coconut's a nut.
Of cocoa?
Is it?
I don't know.
Cashew is a
I don't actually
legume.
know. It is, yeah.
That always blows my
No,
mind.
but yeah, so we were talking at work, and I was basically saying, I was like, I wouldn't care if Emma wanted to peg another dude, because if she really wanted it, like, it ain't fucking
That's
me.
what I. Yeah.
So do you not love your girl? You wouldn't
No,
take one for the team?
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
Mayo? No. No.
I don't think it's that like dualistic. You know what I mean? Like I could love my girl and let her pick somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's getting her fulfillment. She's getting what she needs, and I.
She's
I,
not the
You
one.
have to be
She's
there,
not
or
the-
it could be
Nah,
like,
man, I could
She's
go
the
watch
one
some
that's doing
video
it.
games or something.
She's not the one that's getting it done on her.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
It'd be
Okay.
different if it
So
was like
I'm
an
fine with that.
exchange. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
but if it's just her doing it, and then hey, sick, and then walks away,
like if it was like a
That's
job.
like what's the job?
I would probably like cheering. I was like, yeah, you go fuck that
Take
guy.
that money, baby.
Break his back. Break his
What if
back.
she wasn't making good money though?
I don't care.
What if it was like
She's just getting
what
fulfillment.
was minimum wage?
She's enjoying
Not
her
minimum
work.
wage.
What if she's
Wait.
sexually
How does that
enjoying
have to do with anything?
I don't
I don't
care.
get it.
it? Really?
Like, what if that was like? Would you be acceptable of that?
No,
if
because
that
I'd-
was her
I'd like
job,
her to get
Her
fulfilled.
actual
job
Yeah,
doing that,
yeah,
like
yeah.
like
fucking
she's
with me.
pegging
It's
guys
like
and the
income.
guys are paying her.
Yeah, that's,
Make that money.
Yeah, that's
Hell
what
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
If it's
Hell
good money
yeah.
too. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
But what if it was minimum wage?
I'm
Would you
still okay
support
with
it?
Minimum,
I'm still okay.
well,
with it.
minimum wage is
minimum
going up.
up.
What's it going up to?
16 bucks,
16.50.
16.55.
What is it right now?
16.50.
What's minimum wage right now?
15.
Bro, that's double when I fucking first started working.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Yeah, I was making $10
Yeah,
my first
same.
job.
I'd be spending $225 on the bus just to make it to work too.
The crazy part is guys at work were upset about it. They're
Upset
like,
about-
nah, man, my girl can't peg another man. I was like, you want her to peg you? He's like, nah, but it would break my heart. And I was like, oh, fuck. Okay.
Break my
I was
heart.
going to break his butthole.
And break, yeah, I was saying break his back too.
Yeah, break his
How about you,
Break
Maddie?
my heart.
How about you, Maddie?
No, I'd be fine with it.
Okay, so I will take all of them.
Yo,
All at the same
especially if
time.
it was you, I'd want to be present too. I would love to see Emma
No,
just fucking give it to you. She'd pull
Show
your
them
hair
what
and
we've
shit.
been working
yeah.
on. Show them what we've been
Get him,
working
get him.
I'm like, stop.
Do it like I do it to you.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to see
cheer her on.
that. That'd be fun.
Be out there with like Bristol boards and shit.
Yeah, you'd be like the wrestling, like the girl who walks.
Oh, the girl.
Yo, does
round two.
Yeah.
Does the position of the pegging change anything? Like if the guy was laying down like this with his feet up
This
versus
is an
like
important
in
question.
doggy?
This is actually an important question.
Is that weird?
Yeah, is it just straight
And-
missionary
and-
or is it
and
like
d-
pile driver? Like,
And
No, these are good questions.
and
These are
does
good
he
questions.
finish?
Yeah, he
Like
finishes
does he like face her?
into his own
oh
mouth.
my god.
Because then I'm down. Because that's kind of cool.
It's like,
No.
isn't that what we're all talking about? Like, I thought that we were talking about.
Oh,
no?
Carl said I'd be mostly concerned about why she just had to do it.
That's such a Carl answer, right?
You're thinking too hard,
Babe.
Carl. Just go with it. Just go with
Babe,
it.
why? Babe, is my butt not good enough? Like, fucking chill.
But how's her credit? Is she struggling? Does she have a good education?
Yeah.
Oh, Carl.
Fuck off.
He's probably like, God damn it.
Shit.
Wouldn't you want your kids to be happy? Like, at
What's
all
happening
costs?
with your kids?
Like, so like they can like grow. Like,
Wait, are they watching too?
Sometimes, probably. What does this have to do with your kids?
This
No,
is
like if
how-
she was making
this is how
extra
we
money.
eat.
because like
Oh!
I gotta
her
put,
mom.
I gotta put Damien through soccer. I mean, you gotta support that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Support the homies.
Yeah, good take. Yeah.
Does the position change it for you guys?
I think it's
Eye
kind of
contact,
so.
eye contact gets a little
Yeah, I
weirder.
think if he's on his back, like doing it like this, like that's.
But it's
weird.
also just like
weird to start. That's like a weird
It's like
request.
such a vulnerable position though, so like I'm kind of like
That's
not
weird.
mad.
Isn't that missionary?
Because like if she really wants it, she's like into it. She like pins his legs over his head. And he's like,
No,
ah, my back.
yeah, I'm picturing
My-
it
my
like
back
doggy
would
style.
break.
Doggy style is like acceptable. But,
Dog-
like,
yeah.
doggy style is acceptable. You know what I mean? Like, would you be okay if they were kissing?
No,
No.
that's
Oh,
Okay,
bad.
now you're
exactly.
taking from my relationship. Now you're taking something from my relationship.
What if
Like,
he was?
I want to kiss.
What if in the scenario it was Emma because that was the first one you brought up.
True.
What if
It's my wife you're talking about.
what if the guy is riding her? Like, is that weird?
Like a horse? Like a
Is
horse?
that
Like a horse. What is he have a strap on her back?
Yeah.
Does that do this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a full rodeo. Like a full rodeo. And that's her
Oh, that's so weird.
She would have such a strong back.
Just the visuals on that.
She's just fucking doing like back arch and
No, she's cupping like.
grabbing his tits. She's grabbing his tits.
slapping it.
Trying to get a little. trying to lick his tits. That's so fucking funny.
does that change it?
Yeah.
Does that change it?
Yeah, it's getting a little too intimate now. It's getting a little
Yeah,
too
that's
But
not
if he
good.
does reverse cowgirl, then okay.
I think all these options just escalate. Like now, I'm gonna have to be there to see it.
Just to make
It doesn't change.
You're the ref. You're the ref.
It doesn't change if it happens or not. It depends on if I'm gonna be there to watch it. If there's some flair to it, I'm like, whoa, like,
Yeah,
I want
it's
it.
a sport
you
now.
could be on the sidelines, and when something gets too long, you throw a flag like. In football.
No, you gotta.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hey, offside.
Anytime she does something, he was like parkour.
Parkour.
That's your safe word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Ask
It
Mayo
has to be in
about
a
his
wrestling ring.
first job.
Oh shit.
Were you
Yeah, I
riding
was-
girls or something? Your first job? Because I guess it seems related.
That's kind of a weird time to bring that up.
AMC, man. Yeah, that's a
Thanks,
weird
Shelby.
time. AMC, man. I worked
Oh,
at a
shit.
movie
Which
theater.
AMC did you work at?
First at Courtney Park,
Okay.
then here at Winston Churchill, and I almost set that thing almost burned down to the ground.
Because of you? Because of you? What did you do?
Wait, how old were you when you worked there?
Okay, 15 all the way up to like 18, 19
Cause-
until like I almost burned the place down basically.
Sorry, I gotta turn this fan on.
I'm just,
So
You guys
that-
keep talking.
Sorry,
I'm just thinking because a bunch of my buddies worked there, but it might have been after you had left if you were 18, because
No shit.
we would have been 16 to
Could have been. Okay, so who were your
Plus,
friends? Who were your buddies
like
that worked
Ryan
there?
Dabrowski, Aaron
Dabrowski.
Yamada.
Aaron Yamada, yeah, that's my guy. So ask him about that shit.
No.
He'll tell you. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
so
I'll tell
Aaron
you.
Yamada and I went to like elementary school from like JK up
Oh
to
no
high
shit.
school.
Yo, Shelby knows Aaron Yamada.
Holy
there you go.
shit! What a small
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah, I was.
She was the manager at the time when like all this happened.
Holy
yeah.
shit. Eh?
So
That's so funny.
So my friend and I, basically, like, we're about to go on break, right? And I'm working, like, I'm a supervisor at the time. My friend's a supervisor at the time. And I'm about to go on break. He's about to go on break. So he's like, okay, so he's working, like, the booth or whatever. Like, this is back in the day when it was still
You
fucking,
actually
like,
put
real.
shit
Like,
on?
yeah, actually
Yeah,
put, it's
oh,
not
wow.
digital, you know what I mean? So it was the fucking weekend of Hitman. You remember that? You guys remember
Yeah.
that movie, The Hitman,
Jason
right?
Statham?
I don't know if
Was
it
it
was
Jason
Jason Statham.
Statham?
Was it?
No,
it wasn't Jason
I
Statham.
don't think it was Jason Statham.
He didn't play Hitman. He would have
Oh,
been
no,
a good
no,
No,
Hitman.
no,
it
he
was-
played Transporter.
No, I know.
Yeah, it was
I know,
Transporter.
but he
Yeah,
would have been
yeah,
a good
yeah,
Hitman too.
He would have been a good Hitman,
yeah.
So
So-
he can never lose his accent. He can't seem to do any other accent.
Long story short, basically, I went upstairs and they had these like cotton swabs. Think about them as like the Q-tips.
Yeah.
They're massive, and
Like,
to each projector
Like a
there would
pipe
be
cleaner?
like this alcohol. These alcohol like cleaning solutions, right? So the idea is you kind of douse it, you clean the fucking spool or whatever, and then you put your next movie in, right? So my dumbass thought it was a good idea to just fucking take one of these swabs, just put it with alcohol, light it on fire, and I start like fucking like doing this stupid shit. And my friend John, my friend was just like,
Oh, man, this guy out.
He's just like, yo, put it by the garbage, put it by the garbage.
Oh my god.
But the thing is, so I put it by the garbage, and then he took that, like that bottle of alcohol,
Oh, shit.
and he was thinking it was gonna be like a Sean Paul video, like you know what I mean, like like aerosol or some shit. So he squeezes it, hits it, and obviously there's all this fucking rags and shit that's already doused with alcohol.
Oh.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, all this fires, I'm like, oh shit. My first instinct, I start stomping that shit, right?
God.
But I didn't know.
Is this bush splashing?
I didn't know that when the flame hit and went like this, he dropped the bottle of alcohol inside the garbage. So I'm stomping. As I'm stomping it, the fire is growing. I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro? Like, I'm thinking like, yo, I'm stomping this fire. It should be going out, but it's actually growing at this one because as I'm kicking it, the fucking squeegee, like it's like a bottle of alcohol that's getting like, you know what I mean? So eventually, I tip it over, and then all of the fire just goes all over the floor.
Yo, this sounds like it's in a movie.
Yeah, this is in a movie.
So now he starts. Okay, by the way, I gotta take a step back for a moment because the weekend before this, Shelby, this is partly your fault because she's kind of like an HR back in the day at AMC, and literally the week before this happened, we had a health and safety meeting. 9 a.m. in the morning, they dragged us into the theater and were trying to like show us PowerPoint slides about being healthy and safe and shit. And one of those slides was how to use a fucking fire extinguisher. Obviously, we're not paying attention. Okay, so fast forward.
Yeah, who truly is paying attention?
Fast forward now, like when all the fire is on the fucking floor.
Not true, yeah.
I'm like, okay, fucking fire extinguisher, right? Like this is exactly what it's designed for.
Yeah.
I go to the fire extinguisher. I'm like, I don't know how to fucking use a fire extinguisher, bro.
Pin?
I didn't know how to use that. You have to pull a pin.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck this. And I threw it across.
Threw it at the fire.
I grabbed the empty garbage can, go to the washroom. I'm like, gee, I'm like, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. He's like, no, Mayo, don't leave me. In my mind, I'm
like
laughing. I'm laughing, listening to this guy. He's like, Mayo, don't leave me. I'm like, I'll be right back.
It sounds like
clock
you
out
work
and
with
go home.
the gingerbread man. So
Yeah. So there's a handicap washroom in the upstairs of that AMC over there, right? So I'm thinking I'm gonna get water. So I grab the garbage can. I go under the sink. It obviously doesn't fucking fit.
For sure.
So I go to the toilet and start.
No.
I mean, you are desperate. You need water.
I'm desperate, bro.
Yeah. I would
By the
do
way,
the same
there's
thing.
people walking back and forth and shit. And like, bro.
He's like, you guys got beef? Fill the bucket. Fill the bucket.
So I go back in, and then all I see is like this like smoke and like all like what like basically all the fire's out because G had my friend had figured out.
Say his name. Give us the
Yeah,
address. Give us the address.
trust. He figured out to pull the pin and like use a fire extinguisher. I'm like, oh shit, like that's gonna cut like that the fire alarm's gonna start going off, and all of a sudden, beep.
Oh,
Beep.
fuck.
I'm like, fuck. I was like, I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna pretend like nothing happened. And then all of a sudden it stopped because the fire alarm would always go off because popcorn would always be burning. Right?
Oh, shit. No way.
So we could have gotten clean scot free, but my dumbass went downstairs. No. So my friend went back downstairs. He's like, "There's a fire."
Oh,
I know, bro.
Wow.
But yo, check this out. So he goes back upstairs. All the managers are filtering upstairs and shit. So I'm already downstairs at this point. I go upstairs. I'm like, what happened?
Did they ever find out it was you? Did they ever find out
Oh, that's so funny.
And I'm like, what happened?
Shelby said someone who shall not be named silenced the alarm during this
Yo,
event.
yeah, inside man.
Yeah,
There's
there
an
you
inside
go.
man.
There you go.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, yo, my leg hurts. Like, what the fuck happened to my leg? And then I pull up my pants. My whole leg is burnt.
Shit.
Because
You
as like
stomping
I was
on-
stomping on, it was actually spraying
Yeah.
alcohol onto my leg. So you can still kind of see it.
Really?
So this is where my sock was. You see
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna
And
ask
it
you
goes
another
all
question.
the way up
Do you
here.
shave your legs, or
No,
is
I
it just Asian?
don't.
No, it's Asian, right?
Yeah,
see,
100%.
bro?
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy,
That's crazy,
bro.
right?
Yeah, you can see it.
So yeah,
all the
basically,
adrenaline.
didn't
You
get
feel
fired.
anything.
You know what I mean? Like because
You almost
they-
got like fired
No,
though.
we almost got fired. Yo, bro, the cops came, the ambulance came, whatever. It's a whole freaking scene.
Damn.
And like the as the ambulance guys are like taking me to the hospital, whatever. Oh, and by the way, I was supposed to take this night off
Oh, that makes it so much worse.
because it was my dad's birthday that
Oh
night.
my god.
Yeah. Okay. So as I'm getting like kind of stretchered off, like I could hear, like I'm passing by the room that my friend is getting kind of like interrogated by the police about like what happened, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, I could have killed my friend tonight. Da, 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 da. And the cop, I just within earshot, I was like, that's not killing somebody. I killed somebody. I shot somebody in the head last night. And yo, we looked it up afterwards. There was a news story that a guy got shot by the police.
What
bro.
the?
And it was right down the road from here. It was like on Burnhamthorpe or something.
Yo, that cop is toxic, bro.
Yeah, right.
I think he has bad
like, that's
vibes.
bad?
So yo, I'm sitting in the freaking hospital's bed. I'm like this. I'm like, yo, my leg, and then all of a sudden I see my whole family come around the corner. I'm like, oh crap.
Did they bring food? Did they bring food?
No, they didn't. Bro.
Oh, that's why all your family.
Seafood City wasn't around then.
It wasn't around back then. And yo, I brought shame to the family. So it's just like, this guy gets no food. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's true.
So then how long after that did you leave the theater?
Well, it was a whole, like, technically we didn't actually get fired, but there was, like, kind of like an agreement where it's like, oh, you're not going to bring this up to, like, the board or anything because we had some violations or whatever.
Oh, fuck, eh?
Yeah, keep it under the
They
radar.
had, like, safety-wise, they had bottles of alcohol by, like, really flammable film. Like,
Yeah.
literally a strong light will burn that
Yeah,
film.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, it was a big hazard, right? Like,
True.
so basically, they're just like, oh, if you could just shut up, you just get free movies for the next few years. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
sick.
honestly, though, like, not naming any names, but that whole chain of theaters, there was so much craziness that, relatively speaking, that was a lighter issue.
Really?
You had a freaking manager that was basically renting out the theater space to a church group. Turns out that he was using that, like, he wasn't telling anybody. He was just using that money to gamble, basically.
That's entrepreneurship. That's what it is.
There was another manager at another location that got caught, like, you know, sleeping with like 15, 16-year-olds.
Oh.
Like, yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
relatively
bad news
speaking,
bears.
yeah,
Yikes.
place could have burned down, but you know it didn't. So
Be worse.
it could have been worse, bro. Like, honestly, if you were in that theater at that time as it was happening, and you just looked up, you would have seen
Fired.
fire.
So is this like were people in the theater?
People were no? It was a packed house.
Oh my god.
It was a packed house.
And like movie's not playing because shit. A movie was playing.
Was just starting up because that was the last movie he was starting before we were going to go on break.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And after you start, you don't have to really do anything anymore. Like,
you don't have to do
swap
anything anymore. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it was a freaking scene, man. And I remember doing my exams, like literally a week later, just on like I had like T3s right here, just, like doing my exam, like popping T3s.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it was a scene, man. I don't know.
Yeah, so what would happen? Would I get like if I was in that theater and something happened, like do I get a reimbursement for my ticket? Like what happens?
You get free popcorn.
You get free popcorn.
But it's burned.
No, whoa, 50% off. It's not fucking free, buddy.
I was gonna say that's $100 voucher right there.
Yeah, it's definitely burned.
This is like
Yeah.
a Shelf podcast, but way hotter. Schultz podcast.
Yo, damn, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, brother. We'll drink to that. That's Mauricio. That's from Jets.
Oh, is that Mauricio?
Yeah.
Oh, sick, nice.
Should we take another shot? We took a pre-show shot.
What are we doing?
Do we do another shot?
I was gonna offer up a game. I mean, let's take a shot. Let's
Okay,
do a
let's
shot. Everyone at home, take a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You're not driving.
I'm gonna do the Jaeger.
The Jaeger?
Jaeger.
Yeah, pull up the Jaeger.
Jaeger? We're doing Jaeger?
Good for Jaeger?
Hell yeah, brother.
It's cold brew Jaeger.
I know, it's because this asshole bought it.
I'm actually very sorry I did.
Look how much is still in
Yeah,
it.
we bought that like
A year ago. Like a year ago, bro.
It's
Who
like
the
it
fuck wants this
sucks.
shit?
It's fine aged.
Yeah, I don't, do they age Jaeger? I think they must. What are y'all drinking? Yeah, well, you
Speaking
know,
of Schultz,
Mayo and I are having tequila ginger ales. We're shooting Jaeger now. What are you drinking?
Yeah, tell us what you're drinking.
What time is it? Does anyone know the time?
It is 9:48. Time goes by fast.
jeez.
Time goes by fast when you're having fun.
It really does. That
Fucking
sucks. I was going to offer up a game and play Truth or Drink with Mayo, where we can ask any question, and you can dodge the question by taking a shot,
Let's just do it.
or you have to answer with absolute honesty.
And
So-
you guys watching,
so-
you can also.
Yeah,
jump
you
in.
guys watching can offer up a question.
Do we want to play with these shots as the first round? And when you do a shot, we'll join you.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah,
Every
okay.
shot.
Not well, maybe the first
I
ones.
can't, yeah.
The rest you're on your own, pal. Maybe I'll join you for another one. You know.
Okay, so, I'll ask the first question, just because I know some people are watching. Who's the worst person you've rolled with at the gym?
Who's the worst person around? See, if I'm gonna go the funny route, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. I don't know, man. Who's the worst person I roll with? Probably. I would say probably Jose, man.
Really?
Yeah. Not because he sucks.
No, of course. He's
Not
fantastic.
because he sucks, but because it's a dangerous role sometimes.
It's a fight. You're
it's
fighting.
a fight.
You're fighting.
But that's my guy.
Yeah.
Okay, the
No,
reason why
I
I'm
feel you, I feel
the reason I'm bringing that up is because
Be political. None of that horse shit
the
here.
reason is because he was the one that I was actually rolling with when I hurt my back.
He's the one who broke my ankle. Or popped my ankle. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
But he's getting better about it. He's definitely
No,
getting
for
better
sure.
about it as far as like making sure like
When did you
Why
pop
don't
your
you
ankle?
fucking
By
fight?
the way.
A couple months ago.
Was he just not holding back his punches?
it's not that
Did
he's
he
holding,
fix
First of all,
assault
he's
you?
he's 25,
yeah,
jacked as fuck, super athletic.
yeah. And also just a
Intense pace.
savage. But
Yeah.
also technique too. He
Oh,
has
he's
a
good.
technique. He's
He's good.
very good.
He just doesn't hold.
But it's
back.
just
He
like sometimes
pull
it's just
back.
like, bro, I have to remind him like, Jose, we're fucking friends, dog.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why do you have to murk me like
Why
this?
you hate me
Like,
now?
why
What
do
did
you
I
like?
do?
Because
Yeah.
like there's this one move, for example. It's called the crossface, where you basically like get your hand underneath your partner's head, and then you're using your shoulder to squish their face. And it's just like, okay, Jose, I get the idea. You know, you got the position, but like, do this in tournament. Like, fam, like, why, like, we're friends. Why do you have to put all of your pressure on my face?
I guess because he has to practice the moves.
So says he broke my heart.
Just saying me, bro.
That's so fucking good. Yeah, no, yeah, he's intense. That's,
And
that's
is
a
he?
good
And he's
answer.
good. Though,
Oh, he's
too?
fantastic. He's great. He's
No,
like
no,
he's
that's
like
my
he's
guy.
a
I say
good-
that. I say it tongue in cheek, honestly.
But that's the hard part. Because if you sucked and you went hard, whatever, we'll get out of it. It's fine. But like when you're
Exactly.
good and you go hard, it's kind of like fuck. I just have to. Kinda
It's like he's
suffer
competing
from-
Yeah, no.
when he's.
Yeah. It's a fight.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
fight.
But it's good because at the end of the day, like you can't be a bitch and be like,
go
just
easy
crying.
next
Exactly.
time.
No, you
Yeah.
gotta have an answer for that. So
Yes.
it's good. It's still good for you at the end of the day.
It's like,
you know?
yo, bro, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
That's the thing,
Chill
bro.
out, dog.
Yo, you know who does it? Yo, who was bad about the fucking ankle locks was Clem, bro.
Oh,
I got
fucking
pissed at
A.
him one
Yep.
time. I bitched at him. I'm like, Clem,
Do you guys
like,
call
bro, like, what the fuck? Like,
guys call
I
him
have
Clem?
I have to fucking work tomorrow.
Because he's just
Because he clamps on your ankle. Yo, I'm gonna start saying that. 'Cause I'm just gonna break my. Yeah, Jose got my right ankle and my knee. Clem got my left ankle. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it was
yeah,
all in
yeah.
a week span. I was like, I can't fucking walk. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Your squad's just working their way up your legs.
they literally are. And then someone's gonna break my dick.
That's what I'm actually waiting for until it gets to like that point.
That's-
And all the other parts have
I-
been
I
reached.
got this one, boys.
Yeah, I'll tap it. No problem.
Then you can get pegged for your butthole, and you're all good.
And
And your
that's it.
your waist down's all
Well,
covered.
I'm
And that's what
paralyzed-
Maddie's waiting for.
Paralyzed from the waist down.
Yeah, no, the like
That's a good answer though.
probably them. I mean, everybody else, like you can't really knock anybody that's like a terrible role because at the end of the day, like they're like if you're gonna say go that route, it's like white belts. But they're white belts, right? Like
Dude, you're a better man than I, because I would have just flamed some white
just
belts.
flame somebody.
You fucking suck, bitch. Pick a different
Yeah.
sport.
Mauricio, you suck, bro. Get better, stupid.
Do you
Keep
have
working.
any white belts that have been a white belt for like a significantly long time where you guys are like, maybe this isn't for you?
I don't remember their names to be honest with you half the time.
Yo, but maybe they
Don't
Okay,
put me there.
I'm
I'm not
joking.
playing this game. I'm not playing this
But they're
game.
doing because this is a good example because they're doing it. I'm sure for one the probably the physical component, to stay active.
Sure.
And maybe they enjoy it because it's the same as hockey. I'm like I'm out there. We play. I play
Yeah.
twice a week, and it's like there are some people who just aren't very strong players. But it's like
Right.
if you're just going out to have a good time. We also
Yeah.
our whole team drinks beers after, so we got like a really good social
Yeah.
component to it. It's like if you're just coming out for that, like I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna criticize you for
Honestly,
doing it that
I
way.
don't think
more
there's anyone
times-
like that,
Yeah,
though.
more times than not, like if you stick with it, like you're eventually gonna get good.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, it's inevitable. Like if
Except for
you keep
something.
working on it.
I don't think I'm
like-
flexible enough. I think I would
You
be
don't have to be
terrible
flexible.
forever.
No, you don't need to be flexible, dude.
You don't have to be flexible.
You don't have to be flexible. You just literally gotta be able to take L's.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
main. That's the
My life is
main
L's, bro.
qualifier.
Yeah, you're good.
So
Sign
you're
up.
good.
I thought I was already
Not
doing
much.
jiu-jitsu. If that's the
Yeah, you
qualification.
basically are. You got your black belt coming.
Because a lot of the time, I find like a lot of the guys that kind of quit, aside from like injuries and stuff like that, it's just like,
Not
or
committed.
or life in general,
Yeah.
or they have other interests. It's just like personality. Like there's a certain personality that you have to be able to kind of like just go in and just constantly get murked, especially for the first like year, 2 years until you get a little bit of competence. Unless you're constantly just training with other white belts, you're getting put into strangleholds all the time.
Yep.
You're tapping all the time. Not to say that like as you advance that you're not like you should be tapping all the time anyway. Right?
Yeah.
But it's just a personality. Like some people just literally can't take an L. They just can't.
They're too competitive.
Yeah, they're too competitive. It's too much. It is like it goes against like their idea of who they are. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I always win. Da, 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 you know.
So yeah, my brother's like that. When we go out to play hockey, literally it's shinny. There's not even refs, bro. It's like shinny hockey. And Jake is out there like it's the most competitive fucking game ever. And I'm like, bro, these people are just out here to chill.
And that's how people get hurt, right?
Yeah,
That's how people get
or
hurt.
like there've almost been scraps that break out. It's like, bro, it's literally like, people have to fucking go to work.
Dude, you know what's the worst for
Yeah,
that? Soccer. Soccer is the worst for that. People like will literally kill each other. Like in Woodbridge and shit. Like every so often you'll hear like I don't know if you saw that story about the ref that got killed
In Woodbridge?
in
That's
Woodbridge
crazy.
because of a fucking soccer game, bro.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
No. Like there's like my friend works at like those spots and he has a video of him literally like yeah, it's fucked. Yeah.
Yo.
You'll look it up, but I in terms of fights, soccer is consistently week in and week out. Like when I was playing a lot more regularly, there would be fights every single time that I was there.
Over just the game, like who won?
Over, bro. I've seen some wild shit before where like okay, so I don't know if you've ever been to like the soccer center on Iceland, for example.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
So you know how there's like 2 levels, right? So there's like the upper level, like kind of a balcony where you're seeing the fucking fight, or seeing the fight, seeing the fucking
yeah.
soccer match. So there was I remember this one time, this thing like there was a fight going on, and then one of the guy's boys literally jumped from the fucking second floor down to the soccer pitch, came in and like drop kicked the guy.
Yo.
the top rope.
He was like, whoa, like holy
That's
shit.
the kind of commitment I'm expecting from my boys. So.
100%. I agree.
That's crazy.
Even if the ref helps you out.
If you
I'm
saw-
I'm just there to fight a
You're there to
ref.
fight. That's
If
it.
you saw your friend in a fight, like what's your first reaction? What'd you say?
I think
Like,
I think I'll just
win,
jump in.
bro, you gotta
Unfortunately,
win
I
this
think
fight.
I'm like if you guys are already in a physical altercation, like altercation is gonna start. Because if like you guys are just like pushing each other and nothing's like no one's swung yet.
Yeah.
I think I'll just get in
Like,
the
allow
other
it?
person's face.
Yeah, right.
Get in the other person's.
Okay, but like, let's say Lee is in there, fucking like just getting pummeled, like,
I'm going in.
or vice versa,
I'm
he's pummeling somebody else.
Oh, if you're
If he's
pummeling,
pummeling
yeah,
someone
it's a
else,
little more-
I leave it. I leave it.
How dare you?
I'll jump in if you're losing. If
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
winning, bro, I'm just like, yo, you got
Just keep
this.
the other guys off.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
keep the other guys
Yeah,
off.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna
other
say.
guys,
That
yeah.
I'll just get close enough to try to just cover the vicinity.
Like you wouldn't bother like finding out what the situation was, like whether
No
or not it
need.
was his fault or like.
no
you know
need
what I mean?
because I'm not.
No
I don't,
need.
I don't get in trouble yet.
That's
I don't get in trouble yet because if the cops ask me, I'll say I don't know.
I
You know
don't
what I
know.
mean? But I would watch because, for example, if you were to start going a little overboard, I would probably pull you off too. But okay, we're good.
I expect that. Yeah.
Because I would hope that my friends would try to pull me away too. Not saying that I would try to ever push that limit, but just good to have that. You need a pull back. You need someone to be
I like to
like, okay,
think
we're
I'd be
good.
going in there with like, well, okay, what's your opening move if you did have to jump in? What would be your opening?
I
move?
would
If you're
probably-
jumping into the fight,
Like
the fight
if you,
that's already
like,
going
let's
on.
say now it was 1-on-1, but then now one of like your opponent's friends comes in and starts like now it's 2-on-1. Like what's your opening move?
I will probably try to throw one onto the
I'm
other, like some Hulk shit. I'm not even.
What,
joking.
okay, what's the actual like? What's the move though? Is that a
I
punch?
think-
Is it an elbow? Like what is it?
No, like I think I would literally try to grab like by like their back of their neck and their jeans and just whip them against the other person. Like I would try to use one
That's
mass
hype.
against the
That's
other.
hype. Yeah.
That or I would kick the other guy like right here in the gut.
In the gut?
Right underneath the ribs.
Like
no,
I'd
like
wanna see
like
that.
Soccer
like
kick.
shit like soccer kick.
Soccer kick.
But
Like
light enough that
roundhouse.
I'm not like trying to put
Light
full
enough.
power.
Oh.
No, I'm not trying to put full power, but enough to like launch him off, and then that he's winded, and then I can just deal with the next person.
Yeah.
But I would also help my boy up, and then we deal with the next
And then
person
deal
together.
with
2v1.
How about you, Maddie?
I do rear naked choke, I think.
Rear naked choke.
So
It's a good one.
Eliminate
It's
one.
acceptable, but it's a good one.
that's all right. I'll fight from my back. so
So you
funny-
have to
He's
do
gonna pull
jujitsu.
guard.
Yeah,
so get this. So get
Dude,
this.
that's already half the game.
So way back when I used to watch UFC all the time, and Sean Riley and I were like one night we're like, yo, let's just fuck around. Like we don't know anything,
Yeah.
and we're like, let's just try shit. And yeah, there were a few times where every time I'd be able to like get to his back, I'd be able to like, and because I'd watch UFC, like know how to lock the choke in, and I did it multiple times. And then he went, like we were just staying there, and he went to like do like a leg kick, and because we're in my basement,
Oh, no.
this dude just like caved out.
He's like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah, like white out, flat on his back, bro. It was like the fun, and then we were like laughing, and then we stopped. But yeah, that would be, and that's why like I would maybe try it because I had known the technical pieces of it from like watching it for so many years that I was like, I would know how to lock in a rear naked choke, and I think I could hold it. Whether like someone's punching me in the face while I'm doing like maybe
They could
not.
claw. They could claw.
Yeah. But like in a like a street brawl, if I grab
Good.
But the only thing is, I think doing that, I think I could actually get charged if you involve the motion of choking.
Yeah, there's intent
that
there.
a thing?
Yeah,
that's
you can get
intent,
charged with like a more serious.
Because there's like a death threat.
You
Like,
seem like you
Yeah.
put some thought into it. What are you doing?
Probably a drop kick, honestly, like a flying fucking.
That's a sick
Just
opening.
fucking
That is a
wait,
sick
wait,
opening.
both
Like,
what noise?
Picture frame, and then all of a sudden I just jump in, just
sideways, just
Yeah,
both.
sideways,
both
exactly.
feet
Yeah.
or 1 foot. Like are
Probably double foot.
both your
Honestly,
feet?
double foot. Oh,
like,
shit, like you come in,
location,
just-
like.
what
You're
noise are you
watching
making?
Shaolin soccer.
What noise are you making?
I'm making that noise.
Then the next guy comes, and you're just like,
Yeah,
Fucking
exactly.
fucking chain punching. Yeah, that's a
Parkour.
Damn.
yeah.
It's funny. I know. I've told the story before, but there was one time where Lucas. He didn't have to step in for me, but he did, and it's such a funny fucking time. So we're at a party.
Yours truly's house.
Yeah, we're at a house party, and there's a bunch of people who I knew there, and a bunch of people who I didn't know there, and we're fucking drunk as a skunk. Lucas goes into the kitchen.
I hate that saying.
Do you?
It
I
just
love it.
sucks.
So good.
It's not even
Drunk
good.
are skunks even drunk?
They're fucking hammered, bro.
Fuck.
You know Pepe Le Pew? That guy's
Oh, I thought it was a
fucking hammered.
drink or something. I thought I heard like drunk from the skunk. Like what?
Oh, no.
From a skunk.
No, so this guy drops like a bunch of chips on the floor. I'm like, you fucking idiot. So me being a good friend, I like bend over to start sweeping it up. So I'm like hunched over and I'm sweeping it up. Some guy who I don't know comes, throws me in a guillotine, and then just punches me in the side.
No.
That's like
And-
a joke?
I have no clue who the fuck this guy is. I have no idea. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, I legit, I remember this. I start to smile because I'm like, I know what to do here. Like, this
Yeah.
guy's fucked. Like, you
Yeah.
picked the wrong guy in this house to fucking try and fight.
yeah.
But I was like, okay, sick. So,
I wish it would.
right? Literally, as I'm about to get my grips, he lets go and he backs off because he's fucking plastered. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm like, come back, man. Like,
Yeah,
I want this.
I want this.
And he's like fucking so drunk, sits on his chair, and then his girlfriend, who's like very sober, comes up to me.
Sober,
She
okay.
comes up to me, she's like, oh my god, like I'm so sorry about my boyfriend, this and that. And I was like, oh, don't worry about it. And then Lucas comes up, like,
Was she
right
sweet?
in her
Was she
face.
sweet?
Yeah, she's sweet.
She's sweet.
Yeah.
Ah,
Which
She
is
wasn't
why it's a
saying-
shame that
So
I had to do what I had to do.
he comes right up to her, like, in her face, and he's like, listen, your boyfriend never touches my boy again. I'm gonna have to. And I come off, I was like, Lucas, it's okay. And he's like, oh, just kidding. And walks away. And I'm like, you can't grill this girl like that.
I was
It's like,
also
just kidding.
plastered.
What, like,
He almost ended her life.
he was
And
gonna
his
end her
life.
fucking
Yeah.
life.
Was she like? Were you like spitting in her face?
Oh, for
plastered,
sure.
or,
There's
like-
vodka on his breath.
like, she did go.
His boner was probably touching her leg and shit. Like, he was fucking close. It was.
I also pee on her leg a little bit. Too.
So like, you know, they came with that.
No, nothing ended up
Oh.
happening. But I fucking wish, bro. It would've
I wish
been-
I
But at the end of the night, we did order the same guy in Uber, and the Uber denied him because he was too
was wasted.
plastered.
Oh, he was
Yeah, he
plastered,
punched one of his
plastered.
buddies in the face.
So what did
he
this
was just a
person
mess.
say? What did
Insane.
the girl? No, what did the girlfriend say? Like, why
she was
does
just
he
like-
do this all? He just gets.
Oh, he just
He's
does
just
this.
he's just a
Like-
degenerate.
He's very
Yeah,
abusive
then-
when he's.
Yeah, it's like,
But I'm still
bro.
with him. Ah.
No,
basically.
but he was that guy who got like just too shit faced and made like everyone hate him that
Oh,
night.
it's my game.
And then he would be like, and he
Yeah,
would have to
they
call
brought
them the
them
next
too.
day. He wouldn't even probably
Yeah.
wouldn't do the call
No,
the
like,
next day though.
because you know what, him and I like talked later. I'm like, yo, you're good, bro. Like, don't worry about it. Like just, but I'm like, but cool down. Like, the Uber guy's just doing his job by saying no. Like, you just puked right in front of his car. He doesn't
Honestly,
want to take you.
if it were me now, because I was single at the time, I should have just hit on his girl. I should have taken.
Oh yeah,
I should have taken his girl to bed,
100%.
right?
Yeah,
Sorry, I
yeah,
heard you like losers.
My name's Lee. But you can call me tonight.
Classic.
Oh,
God.
I
That is
got a
good
question for you as a fellow Filipino.
yeah.
If you had to karaoke a song to save your life,
Ooh.
what song are you picking?
Oh, he's got a couple. He's got a couple really good ones. I don't know if they're on
I
the
asked you
list,
because
but-
I have a
bro.
newfound one since I went karaokeing recently.
Killers, like I'll
Yeah.
mark any killers. You know how there's certain songs where like you could
Yeah, you can-
actually
you can do
shine.
it.
You know what I mean? Like for
Those are the only
whatever
ones you
reason,
sing.
it's the Christian rock group called the Killers that I fucking excel in. I don't know why.
That's good.
Anything that I truly really want to
Mr.
excel
Brightside?
in. Like,
Yeah.
Mr. Brightside.
Yo,
yeah,
Mr.
like-
He puts on a show too,
we
though.
sang that at Lee's barbecue. We all
we?
yelled
Yeah.
Mr. Brightside. Like we like yelled it as a group.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Time I
Ask
bought
me
him.
to tell you the time.
Oh,
I bought him
why you gotta
laptop,
bring up
the
that
oldest
shit?
grandma strip I could find in Montreal when you.
Yo, it was like 11 a.m. in
dude.
Montreal.
11 a.m.
Saint Catherine
What
Boulevard.
is wrong with you guys?
I don't know. We were fucking 18.
We're never gonna take these shots, so let's just take them.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers to
I finished my
fucking
chase.
65-year-old
grannies.
strippers, man. Shit.
Fuck
Cheers,
off.
cheers,
Tell us
cheers.
this.
Yo, they
story.
gotta make a limit somehow.
Man,
They're no longer on the CPP at 65, so
Jesus. I wouldn't recommend that. Do you think that's good in coffee though? Like in your morning coffee?
I do have a French vanilla to test.
I don't know.
Like
You know what is fucking good? Bailey's.
Yeah.
That's the
Bailey's
shit.
is like-
Yo.
Tell us about Granny.
Yeah,
Nah,
we're gonna hear this.
Granny.
Or Lola.
Thanks.
So
Lola's
when we were
grandma?
18, I brought like 2 busloads full of people to Montreal.
Sorry.
Why?
Like
Oh,
you
for your
smuggled
birthday.
them?
No.
Oh, what?
For New Year's.
Oh, sick.
Was this illegal?
Wait, did
No,
you?
no, no.
You
This is
paid for
completely.
it?
I got paid. I got,
You paid for this?
no, no. They paid.
You just
They-
convinced
Oh, like you
Yeah.
just
I'm the
you
one that
coordinated.
coordinated everything, right?
Holy shit, okay,
So
nice.
I brought a whole gang of people to Montreal, and that, bro, like, they lost money on that shit. Let's put it that way. Because by the end of the trip, like, there were holes in the hotel floor. Every single floor had holes.
Oh my.
Furniture was out the window.
Oh my God.
Yo, like the person, like the tour company went around on the bus afterwards, like, guys, you gotta go, like, pitch like $5 to like give to these people. So everybody, it was like literally like a church procession, like like give toonies and shit, quarters, you know what I mean? But
It sounds like the graduation
it was-
Saga trips, just way more
fucking
south.
amazing. It was a great trip.
Sorry, how much did you give out of curiosity?
A toonie. I remember
Did you make any
It
of the
was a toonie.
damage? Did you do any of the damage though?
Did I
Fuck,
do
did
any
the
of the
most
damage? Yeah.
You're getting
did.
this guy's
Yeah.
confessing.
And you gave it to me.
Bro, I remember I came back. I don't know why. I think it was just because I saw the other holes and like. Yeah. Anyway.
You got
He
hyped
double
up.
drop kicked the wall.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's why he
exactly.
knows he can do
Yeah,
it.
he knows he can do
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
No, but so I think it was like the day before. I don't know. I remember it was like the Saturday or whatever. But we decided like it was a good idea to go to the strip club at 11 a.m. Because we're 18. We're just like, oh, we can go to the
Do
strip
whatever
club
we
now.
want.
You know what I
Sure.
mean? And obviously, like, what kind of, what kind of dancers do you think that you would see at 11 a.m.?
Soccer moms.
Yeah, well, soccer grandma's more like.
Fucking brutal.
And so I'm just there, just hanging out, and all of a sudden there's like a tap on my shoulder. I'm like, I turn around, I look up, and it's just like, you know those women that they spend too much time on the beach?
Oh no,
Oh.
she's like leathery.
Leathery.
Ah, stop it.
Disgusting, bro. And like,
Like
she
good
had
disgusting.
like really good. And I'm just like, man, if I was that age, I'd be down, right? And she's like, your friend bought a dance for you. I'm like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just take it. And then she's like, no, but she already paid. And now I'm like at a crossroads.
You're in a weird position.
I'm in a weird position because on
You're
the
gonna
one hand it's
insult
like
this woman.
exactly.
Yeah, like,
that's where I was
She
coming
might
from.
not strip again.
Like you're doing the world a favor. You should have done it.
So-
Like she'll quit her job.
Bro, it was the most uncomfortable friggin' like
What, 'cause the
5
leather?
minutes.
Her hips
like,
don't work the same. She can't move.
okay, it was to the point where it's just like if she was in a nightgown and she was walking around late at night, she might trip over herself because her fucking pancakes. were-
No.
Yeah, it was one of those.
That's sick.
Yeah.
So it was. I still remember
like
it. Like, it
core
was fucking
like is
yesterday.
that a memory that's
It's like a core memory,
solidified?
honestly. Yeah.
Like,
can't get
Thanks
rid
for
of
bringing that up, Shelby.
Ranked on all of the ladies you've been with. Where's this?
Oh, top 3, 100%.
Yeah, good. No, that's what I expect. No, but like.
Oh, I got her number afterwards and everything.
Hell
Like,
yeah,
we hung
yo.
out. Yeah.
Fucking
No, she
A.
joined
Is
us.
she still around?
Bunch of
Like,
18-year-olds. No, like I think she actually passed away. Like I talked with her daughter actually nowadays.
I was legit like, oh, excuse me.
Good for you.
I don't know if it's
What?
he just turned my joke off, I was like,
Yo, but did she have like the curly little like old grandma fro? Like I'm picturing like quintessential grandma.
She had like a wig on.
Fuck off. What kind of
Because it was too straight. Like it was too straight. Like
It's a bob
you know how
cut
you could
wig?
tell? No. It was like long, like this.
Okay.
But like you could,
Like
you
Nicki
know how you could
Minaj's
tell,
hair.
right? Like exactly, like that type of shit. Exactly. But it was like brunette, and like she had like this black like lace fucking thing. I'm like, oh my god.
You're
bro.
like, oh my god, my dream girl.
Exactly. Exactly.
Was
No.
makeup like caked on? Like was she trying to hide her?
Man, I wish
age with
Shelby
makeup?
was here because she could have told you about the experience, like her lesbian experience at the strip club later on that night.
Oh wow, that.
Yeah.
Get her on
Yeah.
the Zoom call.
Hold up.
Get her on the Zoom call.
Lube. She had lube sprayed on her and everything. She got brought on stage. Yeah, no.
They did make a huge slip and slide.
Pretty much, it was
Oh,
literally a
nice.
slip and slide at the strip club. Yeah. People were out there just fucking like.
What else are they gonna do at 11 a.m.?
I forgot about the
Right
whole
into the
11 a.m.
somebody was out there like this,
Oh,
like
yeah.
slip and slide like this.
Dude.
I'm trying to go do this shit. This sounds fun. I just like slip and slide.
What if your
Man,
girl,
Montreal's amazing.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
love that
when your
city.
girl has the urge to peg, she's literally doing that. She's from one side to another, slip and slide, peg.
Right,
and
it's
the
like-
other guy.
It's like extreme.
And
Would
the
you
other
be
guys-
down for that? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
would that be cool?
Is that acceptable?
How would that not be cool?
That would be my ratio of I have to be there.
Yes,
It's like,
yeah.
I
The
gotta be
only
there
way
for
it's
that.
not cool is if they have to wear helmets for safety.
And they have to have proper lighting. They have to have proper lighting.
What if
to,
they have
like, get all the
they
angles.
know where to
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
It's like an airplane
Because like
runway.
when you have lube, like it just reflects.
Oh shit.
What if they have safety boots? Is that okay for health and safety reasons?
Steel toes, maybe.
So Shelby, no, I did not ask for any of what was done in front of my face. I think Mayo could say the same.
That is a fair argument.
If you give, you
What
must
was it
be able
again,
to
Shelby?
say-
Like it was like spread eagle right in front of your face, and like she was
Oh.
asking you to like, eat her out or something like that, and you did it, and then you had lube like splattered all over you. Wasn't that
like
that's the
super
story, right?
soakers.
Soup of the day is clam
No, it was a
chowder.
bucket. It was a bucket of lube, legit, and like she got it
Uh-oh.
dumped.
The fucking Punisher? The Punisher fucking oozing people or whatever the fuck it's called? Slime?
What are you talking about?
I was talking about the show. Uh-oh.
Oh,
No.
Oh yeah, no, there was a Punisher.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
The Punisher guy
yeah.
was slime the kid?
Yeah, he would. Yeah.
How
There was a
dare you?
Punisher.
How dare you try
No,
to
he's
make that
absolutely
sound
right.
fucking
I was
right?
Absolutely right.
How
Like
dare you?
Marvel.
There was a guy with a mask. He looked like Bane. He looked like Bane, dude.
Yeah, I did.
He looked like Bane.
I was thinking of
He
the
looked like
Punisher
Bane.
from like Marvel.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no,
what
fuck
is
you,
what
no.
is Frank Castle doing?
That's where my mind went.
That's good.
I was like,
That-
the Punisher.
Marvel,
The Punisher
like-
definitely didn't slime anything.
That's legit
No.
what I was thinking too. Which is how I'm like,
Yeah, fuck
I
you
don't
guys.
think I ever
You
saw
guys
any
watch
scenes.
Uh-oh? I was on Uh-oh.
Actually?
Legit, I was on Uh-oh.
Yo,
No shit.
have you been on TV
Have I been on TV?
ever?
I
Even
have.
in
At
the
Filipino TV.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Filipino TV, that's
On the game
almost
show
even
too,
better.
actually.
Yo.
I won like 5,000 pesos or some shit. I
That's like
remember winning
$6.
money.
Yo, sick. Yo, that's like a McDouble, bro. That's solid.
That's a little more than that, but
Yeah, I guess. Yo, McDouble's prices are going
Yeah,
up.
but yeah, they're 320 now.
What was the game?
Wait, what?
Doubles like 320 now.
I know, it's fucked up, eh?
And if you add
That's
Mayo,
rough.
360.
you get him with.
Yeah, trust.
Yo,
as long as it's actual Hellman's Mayo, bro.
I know we're like
None of that
overtime and
Miracle
stuff,
Whip.
but we gotta touch on it before. What was it like growing up as a kid? Like, how lame were the Mayo jokes?
Were they light?
Yo, it got to okay. So that's a good one.
You know he hated it. The emphasis on the laugh. You know he's like, fuck you. Fuck you.
Get original,
Honestly,
bitch.
it was like as a young immigrant kid, it's like, oh, they noticed me.
Really? So we can do.
no,
Oh, I was gonna say.
Fuck these people.
That's what got you into martial arts, eh?
No, yeah, probably. Honestly,
He wants to be the
There's
Mayo
always
easy squeeze. Sorry.
Yo, the worst would be
Guys
would be
can work
people that would
fucking
like call me
PTSD.
Miracle Whips. Like, yo, if you're gonna diss me, like, call me the real shit. Call me Hellman. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Call
right,
me
like
the
name
fucking
brand,
Miracle, yeah,
fucking
name brand
brand.
shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
The shit that actually expires. You know, Miracle Whip doesn't fucking expire.
That's kind of weird.
Is that true?
That's why I don't like
Miracle Whip
Mayo.
doesn't expire, bro.
I guess because just. It's
I
just
think that might be one of the things I just fucking
But
think
egg,
again.
making shit up.
It's just egg and I guess it's a condiment. I'm so lost right now.
This guy's fucking fried. It's his own point and he got lost.
Mayo-
Oh,
Let's talk about fries and mayo. Fries and ketchup or fries and mayo?
Fried.
I hate Mayo. Mayo to me.
Mayo's fucking.
Yo, he's a nice guy. What do you mean?
What kind of fries though? Like the thick cut fries? Because it makes a difference to me.
Wait.
Like,
Talk
you
me
know, the
through
beach
this.
fries. You ever go to like the beach and get like those like thicker cut fries?
Yeah, but they're
That-
not crispy. They're not crispy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I want the little bit crisp.
No,
Yeah.
they're like soft, like
Soft on the inside.
they're just.
You
baked
can literally
enough.
just like
Yeah.
slap somebody with it.
Yeah,
like,
yes.
those kind of fries.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
disgusting.
Yo,
I don't like those.
Those are gross.
Oh,
ass.
okay.
Not good for poutine at all. Yeah.
Well, those ones.
Well, wait, what does this have to do with
What about
the Russian
Poontang?
Prime Minister?
Wait, Prime Minister? Is he the president?
Whatever. What do they have out there? I don't know what Russia has.
Kings. I don't know. If you told me Russia had a king, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
That's Putin.
Yeah. It is Putin.
You
Basically.
can tell me that they have a Black Panther, I'd also believe it.
I don't know if they're
Yeah, not
racially
Russia,
there.
they're-
I don't know
they're
about
not
that.
They're not that
Yeah.
progressive.
All blue eyes, white dragon.
Definitely.
That's what they got out there.
Definitely.
Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. That's one of the games that taught me how to gamble.
You-
That, Crazy Bones,
Crazy
Pogs,
Bones.
Pogs,
Crazy
bro,
Pogs.
bro, yo,
Crazy.
I remember, yo, like, because my immigrant parents never bought me fucking Pogs, so I remember just like a friend of mine gave me like 2 like paper Pogs, and I upgraded that to a whole. Like
This guy
fucking
hustled.
slam,
Bro,
bro,
you should make that.
slammers, bro.
You should
And I
make
had a
that.
whole, you know those tubes that they gave
Yeah.
me? I had a tube of slammers, bro.
You should make a story about that. You should write a book.
Yeah, that's like
Yo.
that's like the American dream,
Yeah.
right? Like that's a come up story for sure.
I had the aluminums. Remember the aluminums, bro?
Yeah.
He started with a
This
paper
guy's
clip.
goddamn
He started with a
inspirational.
single paper clip.
Oh, look, see? Russia has both the president and our
It
prime
would be
minister.
it would be Carl who clarifies that too, right? It would be
Wait,
Carl. who
Carl,
clarifies
you went on
that.
Google.
Which one's Putin?
King.
He's a king, bro.
You're not listening.
He's above the law.
He's the king.
He's the president. The prime minister I thought was a girl.
Joe Biden.
Kamala Harris.
Do not come.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
She's the prime minister of America, bro. Kamala Harris.
I guess so. Vice Prezi.
That's funny.
Yo,
not
Trump's
funny,
gonna get
it's
arrested, man. Well, he apparently he's gonna get indicted. He's gonna get
Yeah.
Trump.
He got indicted yesterday.
Yesterday, and I think he's gonna get like his what do you call it? The photos.
His
Yeah,
plaque.
mugshot.
they
his
take a
mug
photo.
mugshot. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I
Cum
can't
shots.
believe Joe Biden is the president. I see more and more clips every day of this dude. I'm like, how is this?
He
like,
is
this-
Remember when he visited like
greatest.
Ottawa and we're just like comedy wise,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
magnificent.
Absolutely.
But like world wise, like
Horrible.
bro,
Yeah, like
man.
the U.S. is
What-
a laughing stock. It's like, this is your president.
Well, like
I
greatest
can't even get
provider
through a
ever.
sentence.
U.S. has been a laughing stock since I was born, bro. George W. Bush has made
You know
some of the
I think
premiest
it was
com.
you.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But like the thing is, that you have like dementia going on with Joe Biden.
Oh,
so at the
100%.
same time, like
In- right.
it's not as funny as George Bush because like George Bush clearly didn't have dementia. He was just like
An idiot.
not. Whereas like you don't feel like a little bit bad like laughing at Biden.
No, because I'm an asshole. So I will laugh at anyone.
I do after I watch it 3 times and then like I laugh and then I sit. I'm like, that kind of sucks.
Damn, that kind of sucks, right?
Yeah.
I really.
I think it's
don't
the
have that
Filipino in
feeling.
us. That's probably the Filipino
You guys
side
are kind.
talking. Yeah, we're
You guys are
kind. We're
kind.
kind people.
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
smiling shit. You know?
Smile.
That is the best thing, honestly, about Mayo is in the middle of class, we're rolling, there's a hard roll, you look over, in the middle of a fight, this guy has the biggest smile on his face.
Yeah.
He's like, as he like chokes some guy to sleep or...
How many like Filipino stereotypes do you like feel like apply to you?
Damn, this got serious real quick. Fuck.
lot.
He ate
Do you like?
blue.
Do you like-
Filipino wise, I don't know. I think like living here, not as much because everybody's like has a Filipino friend. But when I would travel to the States, it's like, oh, I got a Filipino friend. You guys karaoke? Huh? We have a
Matter of fact, I
karaoke
do.
night.
Yo, but did you like?
Like, actually, that sounds like fun. Let's go.
Yo, like growing up, when you did you guys always have the like beef or pork shish kebabs at like the parties and shit?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Every
Like,
party.
I
Everyone loved our
always
birthday
like to me growing the experience with like as far as being like kind of embarrassed was going to school with like food my lunch in a fucking Cool Whip Tupperware. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That one hits home.
I gotta be like, bro, like yo, I know we have proper Tupperwares at home. Why can't you give me a proper Tupperware? You know what I'm saying? And plus, my mom, for example, like I remember like. Because I grew up with a lot of Italians, and naturally, fucking Nutella, like they would have, like you would tray with people for lunch. Nobody ever wanted to tray with me because I had Cool Whip. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wanted what the fuck was in the Cool Whip canister.
But
Right?
you had some bomb food in there.
Yeah,
secretly.
bro.
You had some punch.
But you guys
Yeah,
always
some
needed
adobo.
food that was reheated because my one friend who I went to school with in grade 2 was Filipino. He brought pansa in a Cool Whip container. You saying this, I was like, holy fuck, deja vu. I'm like, where have I seen this exact
Yeah,
thing?
bro.
And he did the same thing, and he never heated it up because
Plastic bags and Tupperwares. That's what Filipinos do.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We collect all that shit.
For Polish people, it's bread bags. Like we use the bread bags, and we use that for like a long time.
What?
Like the bread where you put
Yeah,
the,
that's
get the
wild.
loaves
That
of
is
bread.
weird. Do you,
we
you
empty
keep,
it out,
do
and
you
we
keep the little
The clip?
clip?
no.
What?
What
Just
the-
tie a knot?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that
I think it's just a guy.
I think that's a guy
It's not a race thing.
100%
It's a
a guy thing.
yeah.
It's 100% a
Fuck.
guy thing.
That is so funny. As soon as you did this,
Put it underneath
I literally
it,
I was like, my muscle memory also kicked it into like, he's right. It's the ancient texts.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's good.
Oh man.
I don't know. Like, I mean, honestly, like, because I was an immigrant kid. You know what I mean? So more than anything, I was just like insecure about like speaking the language more than anything. I remember that. I remember meeting my first black person. Actually,
What was that like?
How scary was it?
I thought they were burnt.
Fuck off.
So I went home, and I'm like, Mom,
They don't have
there's this one
sunblock here.
kid. Burnt. My mom tells the story like to this day, right? And she's like, no, he's not burnt. Because I still couldn't speak English. I'm like, so no good.
Yo, that's crazy. That's hilarious.
You know, I thought you made the whole episode without getting canceled. I think you just got canceled.
No, I was
but
a kid.
see,
I was 5 years old.
But
You know,
no,
I was
that's a
innocent.
very interesting point because it's like,
In Philippines,
How
there's
would
no
you
black
know
people, man.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, you didn't know
you're
any
the-
better.
there's
we
no
are the
context.
Dark Asians.
Exactly. Like, there's no TV,
You're the,
really.
you're the jungle Asians. For
Yeah.
But he probably met his first Asian, said some shit too to his parents. Yeah, I was good. No good.
His eyes are open.
Why?
It's like his eyes are olive. They're almond.
Oh my god, that's.
That might have canceled me right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And did you always have like a karaoke party? Like karaoke was always like a thing. Did you guys have that?
man, if you come to my hometown, bro.
Like hometown here or hometown back
No,
home?
hometown back home, bro. Like.
Where are you from? The Philippines?
I'm from this in the province. So okay, in the Philippines, you're either from the city or from the
We're
province.
in the province.
In the province in Visayas.
Okay, we're from Zimbabwe. My grandparents are from Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe? What?
No, they're not.
Zimbalas.
birds. They're not.
It's like
Where's that? Where's that? I don't know that.
like way. It's like
Is
4.5
it south?
hour drive out of Manila.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it's still in the first island then.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if that
You're only in
counts
the
as
first island. You're still on level
Yeah,
one.
his story's better than mine.
That's level 1.
So I'm from the island where it's like known for what's called aswang.
What's that?
Which are-
Aswang?
You know what aswang are? Aswang are basically like they're vampires that are half bodies. So they're
Sorry,
like witches basically.
What? What do you like? Top half
It's-
or bottom
it-
half?
Top half. And they have like bat wings.
So they're
yeah,
slanging
yeah.
dick. Look up big ass wings.
Sick.
But that's what literally what my province is like known for around like
Really?
Philippines. Yeah. Like I don't know for whatever reason. But I'm in like the countryside. I don't know where the fuck I was going with this, but
You were saying karaoke.
karaoke. So
Yes.
because there's nothing fucking to do,
Everyone karaoke.
like that's literally one of the main forms of entertainment. You can there are these little like TV stands like about that size, and there's a TV on top of it, and you could rent it 500 pesos a day, which is about $10, right?
Hell yeah.
And they bring it to your house, and the monitors like they have the book and everything. You just choose the fucking karaoke, and the whole part of your neighborhood has to listen to you fucking
Yo,
sing.
bro, get this. What's so hilarious about this? So first time I went to the Philippines 2014,
Yeah.
and my grandparents have like some properties that have like beach houses that they used to rent out.
Yeah.
So we were staying at the beach houses, and we went in April, so it was like the Festival of Lights or some festivals
Right,
going on.
yeah.
Yo, we literally did that. We rented one of these TVs, and people from the neighborhood came to our lot and would like take turns.
And it's
singing.
egregiously loud. Like
Yeah.
it's not
All
like
day,
just like
bro.
the
No
next house
problem.
over. No, bro. I remember it was like 10 a.m. and I'd be like singing Slipknot,
Yo,
like
Jesus.
Metallica, like. Everybody would be like, and I'd be drinking beers. Like, bro, like, yo, even we don't do this. Like, I don't give a shit. Like,
I'm on vacation.
yeah, I'm on vacation. I'm having a good time.
When was the last time you were back there?
Just past December.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
we want
and
to
I gotta go back there in June.
Nice.
Yeah, so like I used to go back there every. Man, that was a mission to go back there like this most recent time because. For my vaccinations, okay, so I called Philippine Airlines. I was like, "Yo, like, what are the rules? Tell me what it is, so I'm prepared." They're just like, "Okay, if you're vaxxed, you're good. You don't have to do an whole like the anti-gen test or whatever, right?" So I get to the airport, sir, you're double vaxxed. Okay, where's your anti-gen test? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about anti-gen test? Like, we can't let you on board unless you have an anti-gen test. I'm causing a scene at this point. I'm like, this is bullshit.
Would you say you're causing a ruckus?
I was definitely causing a ruckus, but like reasonably so. I wasn't like yelling, but I'm like I was being reasonable about my ruckus, and I'm just like, okay, what
Reasonable
can
Manageable
Ruckus.
ruckus.
what can we do here? And then eventually they got the Filipino girl that was working at the desk, and she was like, okay, sir, ma'am, sir, when you go to the Philippines, you have to get tested. I'm like, okay, no big deal, whatever. But if you get tested positive, you have to stay there for like quarantine for like 7 days, or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, the old school rules.
So I'm like, okay, whatever. And then he's like, okay, but you don't have a return flight. I'm like, yeah, no, like I usually go and book my return flight when I'm over there.
Yeah.
He's like, no, unless you're a dual citizen, you have to have like 30. You have to have a visa.
Yeah.
So I'm just at this point I get my laptop out. I get I get another return flight, and then eventually they'll let me on the flight. And I just remember being on there like having like a panic attack. I'm like, yo, what if I just like have to stay? I have to stay at a freaking hotel for like 7 days before I eventually get there. But thankfully, by the time I actually landed, there's a line for like people that are not Filipino, and there's another line for people that are Filipino. I just lined over the people that are Filipino. They're just like, okay, let them through. Okay, nice.
That's
Like
crazy.
that.
So I ended up, but honestly, man, like, so I'm gonna go back there in June. Looking forward to it. It's gonna be good. Like, it's just the flight over there is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
How long
yo,
is it?
you
It's
could do
like
that, man.
20 hours,
20
dude.
hours. 3 meals. When we went, it's like
Yeah,
I had 3
exactly.
full meals on the plane.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah,
Still.
So I've thought about that if I ever go on like a long flight ever again, I'm gonna try to look at certain medication you can take that are non-drowsy.
It's called Xanax.
Quaaludes. Yeah.
Yeah, that or just vodka.
He starts humping
Yo,
the fucking seat.
Yo, the thing is on these flights, it's like you can drink as much booze as you want. It's like
Yeah.
it's included in the because it's so long.
Yeah.
I try to get blasted before
Yeah.
I go on the flight.
It's hard though because like they run out like
For
I
sure.
don't know if it's
There's a
limited.
few-
no. Like, so I try to get blasted to the point where I'm not blackout by the time I get to the to like where you're checking in, and so by the time I'm actually in the flight, I just pass out.
Yeah.
You know, I get the poor man's I try to get the poor man's first class, which is exit row,
Yep.
aisle,
Yep.
all the leg room that you
Yeah.
want.
We should all go. We'll go stay in Zambala's.
Man,
I'm
if you
down,
guys
but
are
if I
down,
can make
you're
that
more
flight-
than welcome, man. Like,
Yeah.
Bro, reach.
I think I would literally. I think we've talked about this. I would literally pay service that would just knock me out via IV drip for the entire flight, and I'd wake back up.
Yeah.
Like
What if
unconscious,
someone just, like,
take
just
off,
chokes you
land.
out?
Just take a bunch of edibles.
No, just keep choking it out.
No, but what if I get anxiety from the edibles?
That's
What if
okay.
it's
You're
a
on a
severe-
plane.
No, you'll get through it. You'll get through it.
We're gonna die.
Fuck, I was gonna ask you something and I don't remember what it was. Oh, Filipinos, I think in general, are way ahead of this whole pronouns thing because
Yes.
they just think
Yeah.
everyone's
I
either a
agree.
he or a she. You're just
Like you're both.
You're predetermined.
Yeah.
They determine your gender.
But they're really progressive in terms of accepting the fact that there's badings and like, you know what I mean?
What is that?
Badings are basically like transsexuals.
That's what they're called there?
Yeah, that's what they
Badings?
call it.
I like that word
But
better.
like badings would be for the man, the
Women.
man that becomes a woman.
So
Oh,
what's
okay.
the other way?
The other way
Badoing.
is tomboy.
Damboy.
Tomboy, like tomboy.
Oh, tomboy.
Yeah, she's a tomboy.
Yeah, and
Just,
so
just tomboy.
So
Tomboy.
when
but
we-
you gotta say it with the accent. It's
Yeah.
tomboy.
so when we had all the people for karaoke, we definitely knew that we were feeling like those are those are
There's some
dumb
tomboys.
boys.
Yeah.
And bading is because they have a
But
bad
they accept
ding.
it. Like it's not a big deal. Like it's
Yeah,
literally
it's like normal. It's like a-
normal.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
But then they just like even my grandparents will still call Lily. They'll talk about Lily's my sister's dog. They'll be like he, and I'm like, it's just accepted. It's like we know
Yeah, it
you
is.
know that Lily's a female, but you just call her a he. It is
Yeah,
what
they
it is.
mix it up all the
Yeah.
time. man.
I don't give a shit.
Bading and tomboy.
My family's been been calling me she like this whole time.
Fuck. Damn.
Imagine.
Man, I hate to call it, but
Oh, 10. It's almost 10:30.
fuck.
For real?
eh?
Get 30 past.
Time's flying.
Right?
What do you guys
Maybe
do?
we'll go
I can
back.
make this
Maybe
like
guest episodes will be extra long.
Yeah, fuck it.
I think we used to do that.
I can do like a 3-hour
Our
episode.
episodes used to be an hour and a half long all the time.
Bro, I didn't even get to touch upon the fucking chef shit. I want to talk about your chef shit, but
Why
Are we
not?
still gonna be
We're
talking?
Here. Why not?
Why don't we just keep going?
fuck it, keep going. Buckle down, get another drink. We're still,
Yeah, fuck.
we're going.
Lucas, at this point, the editing just stopped. What a waste of time.
Oh, that's water.
Is there no ice in there at all?
No, there
Oh,
is.
there is. Okay, yeah. So is being a chef like is that like your 9 to 5? Like is that
No.
your no?
No.
That's something you do on the side.
Okay, so
Tell us
I
about your life.
wanted to be a, I wanted to be a chef when I was younger. Like I grew up on like Iron Chef, like Bourdain, like all those guys, right? And try telling that to immigrant parents. You want to be a chef?
It's like we do this already.
Cook
We're
at
doing
home.
this
Yeah,
right
exactly.
now.
Exactly. So, but honestly, man, like it's such a grind because, like, okay, so the only reason why you think I did that is because of this restaurant, the African
Yes.
restaurant, right?
Yes.
And so my friend actually opened up that restaurant, so they needed help, and so I'm just like, okay, like I treated it as an experience because I always wanted to open up a restaurant, so I treated it as an experience to like learn lessons
So
on
it's like,
somebody else's dime.
hell
You
yeah,
know what I
man.
mean?
Sorry, can we? Is that a restaurant that's open right now?
Not anymore.
Oh,
I was
brutal.
gonna shout out- I was gonna say,
R.I.P.
shout out.
Literally in this past week. Yeah.
Oh,
shout out.
shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
just
literally in this past week.
I was
Something.
gonna say,
Damn.
shout
Bro,
out
it's
to
one of the most competitive industries that you can get into is the
Yup.
restaurant game.
It's cutthroat, man.
And it's like 80% of the restaurants that open within a year or two will fail.
Wow.
It's just the nature of the game. And on top of that, like, there are a bunch of things that from the start were already kind of like they were starting from the bottom already. Like they're starting from behind is what I'm getting at. So for example, like COVID, like all the restrictions, they opened up in 2021, so it was already kind of like
tough.
you know
Yeah,
it was already
yeah.
tough. And also the job market, like in terms of people, like hiring people, it was kind of tough actually finding people because you know people didn't really want to work in that zone anymore, right? So, but I don't know, man. The chef thing is more of a hobby now, honestly. It's just like
yeah.
it's kind of like, you know, I'll throw it down in the kitchen. The dream of having a restaurant is still not dead,
Nice.
but in terms like that's at this point, like with all the things that I have going on right now, I'm pushing that.
Is it like
forward,
maybe
yeah.
something like a retire, like when you retire and like
Not
maybe
even
you'll do it
if the
even-
right opportunity comes up.
Okay.
I need the right partners. So what I mean by that is just like I can't do this by myself. You need a team of people that you can, because the thing is like the kitchen life, being a server is it's not the same as being in back of house,
Absolutely.
right? Because at least as a server you can get tips and whatnot, but most of the time when you're working in the kitchen back of house and when you're working like 12-hour shifts and whatnot, like you're gonna it's a tough gig.
Yeah, that's a job.
Yeah,
That's
there's a lot
an
of
industry I've
turnover.
never worked.
Have you ever
no
considered?
visibility.
Because I've seen someone do this. Is that they on Uber Eats made their own location in their house and they were
Those are
cooking
called
It's on
ghost
Instagram.
kitchens.
It's on Instagram, right?
Yeah, those are
the
ghost
frozen
kitchens.
pizzas.
No.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
that
not
guy-
different.
They're
one.
making frozen pizzas and selling. But like, would you ever do something like that where like you do like meal prep for people?
No, it's
Or
like,
personal meal
if I
prep?
had all the time in the world, that would be probably something that I would work on.
Would you partner up with Steven and make meal plans a reality for certain
Steven
people?
like Caramellas? or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's dating
Meal-
his
meal-
cousin.
Oh, actually?
Yeah,
No
my
shit.
girlfriend. Yeah,
Oh,
I found out.
okay,
I
okay,
actually
yeah,
met
yeah, yeah.
him
No, he's
before I
a-
knew that you guys.
That guy's a
did jujitsu.
gangster. No, he like.
I don't think so.
I
don't
wouldn't get
think
into the meal prep. I've thought about it. I wouldn't get into the meal prep game.
You would?
No, because it's a time thing, and it's from a
Ah.
scalability standpoint. You would need to hire people. Like honestly, where my head's right now is like solopreneuring stuff, like
Nice.
stuff that like I don't really have to rely on people. If I like can scale it up just by myself, that's like
Solid.
That's where I'm kind of like more my headspace is at. The restaurant game, man, like the only time that I would think it would work is if I had the right people. I just really like. It doesn't need to be a massive restaurant. Like literally, I like making pizza. I like making wings.
You
I
make
like
good
making
pizzas,
tacos.
too.
Bro, this just sounds like the bomb ass bar. Yo,
But I also
maybe
like
he needs
wine,
to
so
make,
I would love like a wine bar that
Shabin?
focuses on those things. You know
Have you
what I
ever seen
mean?
that? Did you see now they're making cannabis bars?
Yeah.
Yes,
Latin
yes,
bars?
they're pushing for weed lounges basically.
Yeah, which we're already a thing
That's already a thing,
pre-legalization.
exactly. Dude, like Hotbox Cafe, like come on, right? Like,
Yeah, and also, what was that? Vape on the Lake.
Vape on the Lake,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
on-
my
in
manager-
Lakeshore, Etobicoke.
My manager
Yeah,
used,
yeah.
to
On a
used to
shelf?
perform there. He used
Oh, he's
to.
a comedian.
No, he was a rapper.
Oh no
There's
shit.
a group
Lake.
called DNA.
Damn right.
Okay.
So he used to actually freestyle on stage.
Freestyle.
there.
on
They're like a
stage.
half
Yeah,
rap, I
yeah,
guess,
No,
if you count that.
yeah. That was in the
a real
Wild
thing.
West days of like just like the weed
Yes.
industry because that was all still
Pre-legalization.
back then. Yeah,
Every time
yeah.
you'd walk in, they'd always be like, "Hey, don't
Trying to
worry,
think of a
everyone's
different one.
safe. No,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
problems
yeah,
with the
yeah,
cops."
Yeah. No, but yeah, like, I don't get me wrong. That industry is one of the most fun industries when it's fun.
No, I
It's
can
not
get real
fun.
bad.
It
Yeah.
gets like it's like bro. Like I've walked out like so. The only reason why I worked at that restaurant in Hamilton was because my friend that was opening is actually my sous chef that I was working with in the Distilleries District. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
have ever been at the Mill Street Brewery.
Okay.
So
yeah,
that was
yeah.
one of the restaurants that I worked at, and I was like, man, like okay, like I'm very selective about like who I would be working with in the kitchen because you're literally like you're going to war with this person. You need to be able to count on this person. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, oh, this is a good opportunity. Like, this is a good way to just find out whether or not can I do this, A, and B, like, if I were to do this, what are some of the lessons learned? And man, like, it's even if you do everything right, you could still fail. That's the crazy thing about it, right? Like, you could have great food, you could have great marketing, but for whatever reason, if people aren't visiting, like, it's such a competitive game, man.
The War in the Kitchen. Have you ever played Overcooked?
No.
Yo, my nieces love that game.
But apparently it's like that. It's a game where basically you can play up to
I
four
think I've seen
people
it before,
and
yeah.
you all work together to make like you run a kitchen.
Yeah.
But it gets like I've heard people say like it gets like super competitive. That like if people suck, you're like you're
the
really
fuck out of the
bring yeah like
kitchen,
you're
yeah.
fucking
Well,
up
you're
our whole
fucking
flow.
up the whole flow.
Yeah,
Exactly,
so it's like
exactly.
it's interesting to know like is
But
that
that's
what
the
it's
thing.
like when you're in
What I
the
really
reality of
liked
that.
about working in that kind of industry, though, is you could truly be yourself.
Mm.
And what I mean by that is, like, I work in the corporate world, for example. I can't, if I want to tell somebody to go fuck themselves, I can't just tell them to go fuck themselves. Otherwise, I'm going to have HR up my ass. You know what I mean?
Fuck you, bro.
Right up in there.
Way to ruin everything.
Right up in there with, like, the
fuck
foot
you,
all the
bro.
way up so that it's dangling on the nose. You know what I mean?
I just like shh the entire time.
But in the kitchen, I could be literally be like, yo, go fuck yourselves, fuck your whole bloodline, fuck your family. And
Wow,
they'd be
the
like,
whole family.
yeah, the
Shit,
whole family.
God
You
damn.
matter, you fada, you.
That's why I never go back corporate.
Yeah.
This is the startup game is like that. That's why I like
Startup, yeah,
startup
yeah.
or
Yeah.
small business industry is like just be.
But you learn a
Yeah.
lot.
You
You learn a lot. You get put in positions that you like would take you years to advance if you were in a big like corporate
I came
world,
from
right?
corporate and now
Exactly.
that I'm like I would never. Go
Corporate is just where the big salaries are at, but like your quality of life.
I don't know. Maybe
Drop
not
sometimes.
anymore because now it's like with corporate there's like restrictions around like these people in these roles have to get paid within this amount.
Yes,
There's,
but-
like,
Yeah.
There's like
Every
But-
organization's
but-
the same, but like I know some organizations like they don't really give bonuses based on merit. Well, they do give bonuses on merit, but like they have a pool of money to give bonuses for. So it's just like
They just spread it out.
they just spread it out, and it's like you might not get like your full amount, for example, that you're actually warranted, right?
That's always the hard part. Is like then you have to like decide if you're gonna stick around because you like the job, or you gotta take the risk to jump to
The thing
another
is-
one to keep doing
And then
the
you
same
have
thing.
to relearn it.
Cap.
Okay,
you
so
know,
here's a
no.
question for you from an HR perspective. Would you like? Is it better to jump to increase that pay scale?
Is retaining salary worth more than getting a just new salary?
Right.
I unfortunately like to say from my experience and based off of just metrics, it's usually better to stay usually for two years and then ask for promotion or jump ship.
Right.
Because if you're not promotable within 2 years, that means your organization either one is gonna be stuck for a long time. Like if you have like leadership roles you see not opening, that usually means your company's kind of stagnant.
Yeah.
Right.
If you see new positions opening constantly, you're like,
It's
yo,
growing.
like that means they have skin in the game to constantly keep growing,
Yeah.
which means more staff, more opportunity. If you see that your thing has been, let's say your company's around 100 years and it's constantly kept the same amount of staff for the past 10 years, it's not doing anything, nothing's changing.
Yeah.
You can kind of rely on, okay, like I'll be here for a stepping stone.
Right.
But like take your battles because ultimately sometimes you can get good opportunities that way.
Exactly.
If it's a good title that you can't get going to the next step, I would suggest get a title. The
Get a
title
title
with the
without the-
experience,
yeah.
that's what keeps jumping in the business world. That's what matters.
Right.
Yeah.
And building the connections, because the more you jump ship, the more connections
More
you grow.
people that you
your
grow your
LinkedIn
network.
looks more superior to others. It seems like more logical and like professional. It's who you know sometimes. I feel like business is the model of who you know. Build good connections and ultimately, unfortunately, even if you don't like your boss, try to be good
Well,
in
that's
good with
the
your
part
boss.
of the game, man. You got to learn how to work with people, regardless of whether
Yeah.
or not. Like that's the beauty of working in a kitchen. Honestly, I would recommend any of my cousins that are like in that just working
young,
age,
like just-
like 15, 16. I'm like, work in a kitchen, because if you could learn how to work in a kitchen,
You can work
and-
in-
because let's face it, the personalities that you run into in the kitchen are not exactly like always the most educated, the most brightest, well-rounded individuals, right? So if you can learn and learn how to work with those people, like you could pretty much take those lessons into whatever career that you're gonna have.
people management I think is the biggest skill you can have.
Yeah.
I can teach anyone how to do any component of my job. How I manage people,
All right.
you can't teach someone that. That's something that I think is
It's
learned over
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Like,
it is
how to
learned over
manage
time.
and work with
Because
others is not
like
something I can
how
tell you.
one approach works for one person is not going to work for the
Exactly,
next
yeah,
person,
exactly.
right? So
Yeah, you do have to cater to people. You have to kind of soften
You-
the blows and learn like the flow. It's kind of weird. And
Preaching
I
to the
think
choir,
every person
bro.
has that problem where at the start they'll really like get that learning curve. Like they'll hit a bumpy road when they first become a manager. Like every manager I know who's new, you see them like just F up and like just suck. But then you see them kind of grow into it.
Right. If they have the
Damn.
right personality for it, right?
Yes,
'Cause that
if they do.
Yeah.
If they're adaptable.
Yeah, exactly. If they're adaptable. I feel like that's such a, like, when people talk about qualities that are like good for hiring, like, oh, communication, education, or whatever, but nobody talks about like adaptability. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Being able to, like,
adaptability
pivot,
is the
you know what I
number
mean?
one. That means that you can just change while the work environment changes. Because if companies want to grow, they're gonna change.
They're
People
gonna
who aren't adaptable?
put on your plate, and they need to be able to be like, okay, like, this person can handle it, right? But
Absolutely.
yeah, all in all, the kitchen is a great gig. I just wouldn't recommend opening up a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's a
lot of
tough
work.
game, man.
Stress.
It's tough.
I do think for a lot of youth that customer service roles or kitchen, like fast food
Yes.
roles, are good to build up character and stress levels.
100%.
Because if you can get used to the stress level there, going to corporate becomes
Soft. Nothing.
soft blows.
And
to
you
you.
know, if
Soft.
you never dealing with customers is the hardest
It's a worst.
job I've ever.
When
yeah,
someone's
'cause some
constantly
people are
watching you,
fucking idiots.
Every time you do your job, someone's watching you do your job. That's the stress you have to face, is that no matter what interaction, someone is giving you feedback directly right there with their eyes.
Work. Sure is.
Yeah, it was actually. It was career talks, and it was good.
Next episode, bring your resume and I'll help you.
Right?
It's
It's like a very
honestly.
professional turn.
No,
yeah.
but that, I don't.
It went from like the jumping topics is
Yeah.
really
Absolutely.
Like I don't
fascinating.
think have either any of us worked in kitchen fast food
Yeah.
side.
I've
You
worked in
did?
the kitchen, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
My parents opened a restaurant back in 2004.
What? How did I not know this shit?
2004, yeah. We had a restaurant at the Winston Park Cinema Plaza.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, we had a restaurant there. It was only open for like a year.
Alpha Zuli's.
Yeah, Alpha was hype. Alpha was hype. No, it was called...
Cutting edge.
Yo, is that still open?
I don't think so, actually. Cutting edge is
Cutting
sick
Edge
though.
is sick.
Cutting edge was-
Great.
I mean, mind you,
day
I
That's my
didn't do a
hood. That's my
whole-
hood.
As a
now.
high schooler, bro, that was a day spot. and
What
a half,
did you
bro.
do there? You didn't do a lot.
I'd wait tables a little bit. I was like a kid, but I'd
How old?
mostly...
So your parents basically enforced child labor.
Basically, I was like 10.
They extort.
I-
This guy would be at the bar in Dirty Martinis.
Dirty martinis, goddamn. But yeah, no, I'd wait some tables, but then I'd mostly sleep on the deep freezer.
Dude, what was
So I
that
do.
club that was there before? Do you remember that club?
Dirty
that was there?
Martinis
Right
turned
behind
into-
Dirty Martinis.
It was Circus at one point.
Before that,
Circus.
it was body language.
Body
Body-
language.
Okay, so I was.
We'll wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up with this one. So I remember like drinking Bacardi Gold, like leading up to this to like somebody's birthday or whatever, right? And do you ever have that experience where it's like really cold outside, and then you go inside the club or whatever that is, and like it just changes like it just changes
So
on
hot,
you.
yeah,
It
for
just
sure.
becomes fucking hot, right? I was wearing a white shirt, and I remember just going in there, and I was fine outside. As soon as I walk in, I'm like, bro, the fuck, like it starts coming up, right? I'm at the bar, I'm having a conversation with my friend, and as soon as he looks away, like just yak all over the floor, and then I just continue having a conversation.
Yeah.
As it looks away again. This time I wasn't fast enough, and I fucking I yacked all over my white shirt. And I'm wearing my jacket and everything, so I start zipping it up.
No!
What else can you do? It's either you
What
go
else are you gonna
home,
do, bro? So I go upstairs, and I'm like, okay, can I salvage this? And I go upstairs to go to the washroom. I unzip my jacket, and all you see is just chunks all over my shirt.
Dude.
I zip it back up. I didn't say a word to anybody, and I just went home. I took a taxi home.
Yeah.
Bro, you should have
That's-
taken off your
you
shirt
just
and just
reminded
been like
me.
shirtless under the
Under-
jacket.
Sorry,
jacket,
what
yeah.
was it, a sweater you said underneath?
No, it was like a white T-shirt, and I
Oh,
was
the
wearing
t-shirt,
like a
okay.
jacket on top of
Yeah,
it.
so you didn't have a. I was gonna say because if it was a sweater at that point, I might even ditch the
Layers.
sweater.
I
Oh,
honestly,
dude, I did that at Franklin House, Streetsville. I puked on a sweater. It was sick sweater. I literally fucking took it off and left it in the bathroom.
I thought about doing that, but the thing is, there were chunks on my jacket because I zipped
yeah,
it
you
up.
don't understand,
Because when I zipped it, I'm like, I honestly, I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm done. This is
and
it.
looking back, because then I remember like months later, my dad's like, I never see this because I specifically wanted it, and he's like, I never see you wear that sweater. And I was like, oh, I don't know, it must be lost in my closet, but literally it's because I fucking literally left it in that bar, and I remember too, like
Why don't you just like wrap it up? Or...
I was like fucked up because I was they
you-
literally came to our table and was like, that guy like. He's either sleeping at the table or like, but he's got to like wake up or you guys got to go. And I was like, yo, just get me water. And
have
I
you
just
guys
like was
ever had
sipping
like
on
really
water.
blacked out to the point where you're like, like really blacked out. What I mean is like you're basically unconscious and you don't remember shit.
I think
and
all of
you
us have
realize
had
that
it.
hurt.
Not
Like, did you
not
ever get
that
hurt
you
from it though?
But no, not like not out. I've definitely had some of those nights at my house when growing up. We were one of those houses that when my mom had went away, like we'd have like people from schools that I didn't even know. Like there was some parties that my sister was younger. She would throw parties and I'd come down and be like, "Who the fuck are you? Like I've never seen you before." He's like, "Oh, I go to like Gonzaga." I was like, "Bro," I was like, "You gotta go, bro. Like I have no idea who the fuck you are." They're like smoking shisha in my basement. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?"
I just can't even imagine doing that, showing up to some stranger's house, being like, "Well."
Well, they weren't strangers.
Like
Like,
some shisha.
they knew Kel through someone,
yeah.
so they got like an invite.
Oh,
And I
I'm
was
talking
like, "Yo,
about like dozens of people.
dude, we used to have parties that had like 70 people in a townhouse.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it was. Our house was like a fucking crazy shit show house.
But you know it was built properly because it never collapsed with 70 people on one floor.
Well, I wonder what kind of like house parties are like. What
Oh,
happens at these house parties?
dude,
now?
these
Is
house
there
parties
actually-
were like.
It's not worth throwing
next-
them anymore. It's just too much of a mess. I'd rather
I don't think-
No,
smaller
now we're
functions.
too old. It's like I could like.
I got one.
I'm like,
in
yo,
me.
if I got like 20 people at my house, like the next day, I'm like,
No, I
It's
think,
a lot
I think
to
yo,
do.
but when Lee does it, actually, I could still do it.
yeah, I could do it. If
Yeah.
it's not, if you're not hosting,
So-
No, because when you
If you're the one that's hosting it.
yeah, if you're not hosting, it's easy. I'll go to a big
Yeah,
ass
yeah,
party if
that's
I'm
what
not
I'm saying,
hosting.
that's
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I'll throw one.
you're on the patio now.
That's why that's why the cookouts at like the pick like at the park are
Yeah.
primo, man.
Yeah,
you
you
just
don't have to
want
clean up.
one big garbage bag, boom, you're done.
Yo, that's another big thing that I think a lot of Filipinos used to host the
Some-
parties
dude,
in like a
parks.
public.
We gotta
place.
run that this summer, man. Why
Yeah.
not?
Just fucking
Let's
do it.
Let's
One
do
of
it.
us has to host.
Jack Darling, baby.
Darling, yeah.
All
right, boys.
Shall we call it?
What are we grateful for? We
Yeah,
always got to
and
end with what
episode.
we're grateful for.
Um,
We'll let Mayo go last. He has the last word. Lucas, what are you grateful for?
you know, you didn't give me enough time to think about it. I only had like 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm grateful for these the Truly pack of coolers that I found. Never bought them, except they gave me a badass paper cut, which sucked.
Oh, brutal.
Literally just grabbing them out of the box. The Vizzies are kind of shit, so I'm just gonna
Oh.
stick to the ones that I know.
True.
But I'm thankful for Truly making those packs. They don't have the flavor that's good, but it is what it is.
I'm grateful that since COVID we can have a guest again. Obviously.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Yeah. That's it. Oh, you done. That's
That's
it.
it.
That
I'm grateful.
was quick.
I'm
grateful for Mayo. I'm grateful
That
for
was
Mayo, yeah.
fucking lame. I was gonna be grateful for Mayo because like I actually fucking know Mayo, but like whatever. I guess.
I know Mayo.
I guess I'm not gonna be.
He joined us on an episode one day. I think it was actually.
No, is that today? That's today.
Check your
wow.
fucking watch, bro.
Shit. No, you know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for those sparring partners who,
I was gonna take that.
yeah, sucker, who will teach you the hard lessons, but also the weak ones who let you work some shit.
100.
I'm gonna go ahead and say some names. Jody, I fucking crushed Jody, but she let I get to work my stuff. Jody's like a 55-year-old woman, mother. She's there with her
Peace.
son.
Is
She's
your
like,
son good?
he's good, sure.
Okay, the sure is not reassuring. That sounds like a.
I'll crush Pran too.
Oh, it's Pran. Okay, Pran. Okay.
Yeah, it's Pran.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Pran. But no, Jody.
crush Pran.
Jody's like 4
Yeah.
foot nothing. 80 pounds. A
But she's
destroyer.
but she's dedicated.
But she's
You know the
dedicated,
big, you know
and
the
I
big
appreciate
brother,
her.
the big brother, like, was it
the
charity or
government?
whatever? No, the big.
The show?
No, is it Little Brothers, Big Brothers of like Mississauga or whatever?
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. So
I
it's
don't
like
know
it's like the volunteer or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Oh, okay. Oh,
that's we're like the big brothers of
Pran.
Pran.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Is there a height restriction
sure.
for the Big Brothers to be?
What are you saying? What are you saying about Mayo there? You saying Mayo? You saying Mayo?
I'm curious.
One
I'm
of
just
the big brothers?
curious. Yeah.
That's
Like,
fucked.
can
That's
you legally
fucked up,
not be
man.
taller? Or, like,
That's fucked.
yeah, you have to be taller than a younger brother because if they start going up, do they have to switch?
You're the younger brother. They have
It's
to
actually a thing.
They're older.
You're coaching them
Maybe.
now. Nice.
Maybe. Man, what are you grateful for?
I don't know. I'm grateful for the fact that you guys didn't give me that much of a hard time for being late, as late
you
as
were
I
good.
was
Nah, you-
No, you were
that
late,
time.
bro.
No, not today.
Oh,
I'm
Oh,
talking
shit,
about.
Shouldn't even get to talk
Bro,
about
okay,
that.
so yo, Maddie.
tell a story. Tell a story.
Basically, I was supposed. Okay, they were all meeting up. Where we were all meeting up at
for the
the
portage.
parking lot, right?
Yeah.
And I had the alarm set up and everything, whatnot. And for whatever reason, I just did like. Okay, I know exactly what happened. So, you ever have it to the point where your body just freaking snoozes your alarm?
No, because I don't have an iPhone, so I'm a little more advanced than an iPhone.
Fair enough.
I
My
know what
muscle
you're talking
memory is just I snooze my alarm
In your sleep.
while I, like
No,
I'm
mine.
half
Mine.
asleep. Like,
I actually do. Mine has
yeah,
to do like I have to do like a math equation, so I don't snooze.
But that's also why I have like, 5, 6 alarms. You know what I mean? So I didn't wake up in time, and my phone's like, and then it's one of those where it's like you ever have that feeling where like you just wake up like
Yeah,
oh
you
for an
should.
exam is one of those
Oh,
yeah. And I
fuck.
saw like all these missed calls and shit. I'm like I'm gonna be right there. I never went as fast as I literally got from Hamilton to where was
You
it?
came from Hamilton that day?
Came from
Yeah,
Hamilton that day,
he was telling us. I was
We were at the
like,
Here
damn.
Ontario carpool lot, like Here Ontario and 401. So from Hamilton to
You're in Ontario.
Ontario,
And it was like
that's a
like
mission.
it started going towards like
we started
rush
to get
hour.
towards rush hour. We
Yeah.
started
It's
to
during the
get there.
week.
Yeah, we left on a Friday.
What time?
Well, we met at the parking lot at like 4:30.
Yeah.
I don't think Mayo got there until maybe like 6.
No,
No,
5:30.
5:30?
Yeah,
Yeah,
5:30.
okay, so-
yeah,
Oh,
it was
so
like
not close to rush hour just yet.
No, it was stuff
Yeah.
starts to pick
No, it was about
I think it's a little
it was day. It was already like light out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah, you're
Shit.
good.
But that yeah. So
Everyone gets a.
because for me, I'm big on like being on time and stuff like that, and it was just like well, okay, maybe not on like jujitsu and stuff
Yeah,
like that
fuck,
because
it's-
like
he's
I'm
always
always
late.
late.
Always.
Dude,
Right,
I'm
you just
coming
can't
from
run the
Hamilton,
Filipino
man. Like,
time.
Mary.
Filipino.
Filipino.
Yeah,
Yo, I'm kind of upset you didn't thank us for having you. But
No,
He's not grateful for us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's alright.
fuck these guys.
I'm grateful for the United Nations of a podcast right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, honestly. Honestly.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Yo, I'm so outnumbered. There's 1.5 white people and 1.5 Filipinos. And, like,
Whoa,
I'm
that's
fucked.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's the most outnumbered I think you've ever been.
probably.
at one
Gotta do
place.
better. Gotta do better.
Anyways, folks, enjoy your Friday.
good shit.
Drive safe. Drink
Adios.
safe.
Just muchachos.
You gonna